Hey, everyone, thanks for joining us. We're here nice and early on a Thursday because week 7 is underway
Yep.
almost. We're going to have football in a couple hours, so we'll make sure we get a chance to answer all the questions you might have, especially you got questions about the Thursday night showdown, if we can call it that. It's the Saints and the Jaguars. So the main thing you might want to know is Trevor Lawrence playing, because that matters not just if you are still counting on Trevor Lawrence, but you probably have Calvin Ridley, Christian Kirk, guys like that. The latest is not too different from yesterday, the day before, is that it looks like he's playing. He hasn't been ruled out, or it doesn't sound like he's going to be ruled out unless something funky happens before the game. But right now, push come to shove, you got Trevor Lawrence, probably putting him in your lineup, I think.
Yeah. It sounds good that he's going to start. I mean, I think it would have to be like he goes out there in pregame and either A, has a setback, like tweaks it somehow, or B, is just like, no, I absolutely can't go. But I don't feel like that. I feel like Trevor Lawrence is going to play tonight. And like, I know there's a lot of Twitter doctors out there that, as soon as a guy gets hurt, they're like, oh, Achilles, his career's over or whatever, right? But there is one guy I do follow, David Chow. He used to be an NFL team physician for like 20 years. Yeah, he's not always right because, of course, he's not there. He's not on the staff, but he feels pretty confident that Trevor Lawrence is going to play having like no issues tonight. So that's enough for me. I feel good about Lawrence, Ridley, Kirk, all these guys.
Yeah, I think he's going to play. Doug Peterson isn't one of these coaches that really tries to throw people off too much. He's
Right.
not someone who's going to put up a smoke screen. And I mean, I'm not going to just brush it off. I think if this was a regular Sunday game for them, there would be no issue because it's Thursday. He might be a little sore, but it didn't seem anything too serious. He'll be fine. Just a flesh wound. So Trevor Lawrence out there, not a great like a smash spot for them, because Saints do have a pretty good defense. They have a good secondary at least. They don't have a very high pressure rate though. They're missing that edge rusher that could really make them a good dominant defense. But they're still a team that'll hold their own. More bend, don't break.
Right.
Lawrence has just been a guy that's kind of like that too on offense, like put up yardage but not touchdowns, and good but not great. So I think as long as you temper your expectations, you know what you're getting. A low end QB1 is fine.
Yeah, exactly.
I do like Derek Carr tonight. I did say this. He was one of my waiver wire recommendations as far as quarterback, because there's always weeks, so many buys this week. Quarterbacks, who struggle or just have bad matchups and, kind of fringy. I think Carr can do pretty well because the Jags have been, again, not a team that's giving up a ton of points, but they're giving up a lot of yardage. So I think this could be a game for him. Do you think that maybe Chris Olave has a big game? I'm not going to even ask about MT because he never has a big game these days. But I don't know. What are you feeling Olave here? And then, oh yeah, Jamal Williams is back. Do you think that matters for Kamara?
Yeah, that's actually the one I'm most curious to see because that could have big time implications going forward. But with Carr and Olave, yeah, I feel pretty good about them. I mean, I always feel pretty good about Olave. He's a guy,
Yeah,
like, right, he can always put up big yardage games. Obviously, the thing that I've been, and I feel like this is not just the Saints, it's just the NFL as a whole. We're just not seeing a lot of touchdowns this year. Like, the Saints right now are on pace for, I think, 14 passing touchdowns. So let's hope tonight Derek Carr throws for a couple touchdowns and one of them goes to Olave. But yeah, I'm very interested to see how this backfield shakes out now with Jamal Williams back, because that was he was one of the biggest reasons why I was low on Kamara this year. Not to mention the fact that Kamara just isn't very good anymore, and he really hasn't been good this year. He's just getting like insane volume, right? So how will it play out tonight now with Jamal Williams back? Like, do we still see Alvin Kamara getting 20 carries? Does he get goal line work, or does Jamal get the goal line work? Like, how does this impact him? I mean, I'm still starting. Well, I'm not starting Kamara because I didn't draft him, but I would still recommend people to start Kamara if they have him, because like there's no guarantee Jamal first week back from IR, is heavily involved. But I'm definitely curious to see how he's used tonight, how this backfield shakes out between Kamara and Jamal for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you can't expect Williams is going to like just take over as the starting
No.
back or that it's going to be even necessarily 50-50, but it's been almost all Kamara on the ground. So yeah, like you said, the people who were expecting him to be continuing this 20 carries and getting all the work, yeah, the time to sell Kamara was a week ago, I think. But
Yeah.
I mean, he'll still be valuable. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Kamara is droppable or something, but
No.
yeah, this will have an impact. Let's just put it that way. All right. So we're gonna get to your questions not way too long because we know the game is imminent. And
Bless you.
before we get to that, do have to remind those who are still not hip to the game, Underdog. You still
Yes.
have 2 hours left to take advantage of the Derek Carr special because he plays tonight. If you're new to Underdog, you haven't signed up, you can take advantage of the Derek Carr pick, half a yard, go higher, and that's it. You get that pick, right? You only need one more pick to combine it with that one, and then you can triple your money, or you can keep going. You can go 6 times, 10 times, 20 times if you get 5 picks right, if you're feeling lucky. But again, just for signing up to Underdog, use promo code ENDGAME. You get that free pick and 100% deposit match up to $500. So this is the ideal time to sign up. And 100K Sundays, once again, everybody can take advantage of this if you've already signed up for Underdog. So you do a separate pick and then you can take Hollywood Brown, go higher or lower. It really doesn't matter. Just by being entered with that Hollywood Brown pick could win potentially $100 and 1,000 different people will win. So a shot at free money. What's not to like? All right. So take advantage of all of that. And you can follow along with the game. You know, the Thursday night games aren't always the most high scoring, but it makes it more interesting if you're checking the pick'ems as the game progresses, nail some of those in-game picks. I actually tried this on I think it was the Monday night game last week. I don't think I had time this Monday. It was when the Packers and the Raiders played, right? That was last Monday.
Yes.
And so I was like, oh, let me look, halftime. I was like, okay, I'll try it. Put 3 picks together, nailed them all, won some money. It was pretty fun too. You can give you something to track. So look at all the options there. Just Christian Kirk alone has like 8 different choices. You get targets, you get first downs, you can go on yards after the catch. So, the more you know about the game and the more you follow it, the better chance you have. And if you just want to bet on a touchdown, you can do that too. Get boosters, all sorts of options. MLB playoffs are still going on, by the way. You can bet on MLB too. There's WNBA. NBA season is coming. And look at that. What do you think, Chris? You go higher or lower on Ranger Suarez getting 17 and a half outs? What do you think?
Who?
Oh, come on. That was one of the choices, either higher or lower.
Ranger Suarez, 17 and a half outs. He's got 12. What inning at bottom of the third? He's got 12 outs. I like higher on that. He can get 5 more outs, 6 more
I
outs,
think he
right?
can do it. I mean, Arizona hasn't really been swinging the bat too well this series, so there you go.
I mean, that's only 2 more innings.
And you can combine sports. You can do a football pick, a baseball pick, a WNBA pick, and just put them all together. That's how flexible it is. So, anyways, take advantage of all of that. Trust me, you'll have a lot of fun, and you'll probably come out ahead. All right, let's start with the first comment. Is Alex B. That's a good way to start. Hit the like button.
Yes.
And then let's answer the question: full PPR, Laporta or Goddard? I feel like we had this question the other day too.
Yeah, I can't bench Laporta. Can't bench him. It's like it's not the best matchup this week for Laporta, but it doesn't matter. Like he's just a guy. He's in my lineup every week. If he's playing, he's in my lineup. I'm going Laporta.
Even last week when he was questionable all the way up to game day with a calf, and we were still going Laporta, and he turned out fine. Yeah, Goddard maybe. Like maybe if Devontae Smith, that hamstring bothers him enough where he's really limited and doesn't play. We haven't heard that, right?
No.
I haven't got an indication he's not playing. But like maybe you could talk me into Goddard, but I think if Laporta is playing, you just play him.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean I get that, but again, right now, I'm not getting the feeling that Devontae is just not playing. So Raul Ramesh is stuck good on receiver. Yeah. Want to move Ramondre and Thielen. That's right. Talking about that. Tried for Bijan. Countered with Henry. Would you take Derrick Henry for Thielen and Ramondre?
Yeah, it feels like a little too much for Henry. I think if you could get Henry and maybe get like somebody else back, or if you would just take Thielen for Henry, because you don't need Thielen, right? I mean, you got Hill, Cup, are you even starting Thielen right now? Like, has Thielen just been sitting on your bench going off? Like, for real?
Well, really, why would you start Thielen when you have Hill, Cup, Amon-Ra, and Devontae? Even before Cup came back, you were starting Devontae Smith every week, and yeah, you really don't need Thielen, but still don't just give him away.
Yeah, but if you need running back, which I'm guessing you do, I would counter with Thielen for Derrick Henry.
That's fair.
I think that's a good deal for you. Again, you got Hill, Cup, Amon-Ra, Devonta, Jacoby. Like, yeah, I don't know how many wide receivers you can start, but I'm assuming like you're gonna like I'm guessing 3. I'm guessing 3. That's most leagues, which means you're probably benching one of Amon-Ra, St. Brown, or Thielen every week. You might as well trade one of them. They're not doing any good on your bench, scoring a bunch of points. So if you can get a running back like Henry, and you need running back, that's what I would do. And then just hold Ramondre. Like, Ramondre still has potential.
Yeah. I mean, he's usable. I'd say this, Derrick Henry's typically valued more by other people than in our leagues or, our viewers. So he might balk at that. He might say, oh, come on, just Thielen for Henry. I'm not doing that. Okay, fine. But if you're going to put Ramondre and Thielen, at least get something back. If you do Henry and then you get like a wide receiver 4-3 type, even if you don't need him, at least you're getting something. And then you could do another trade if you need to. But, it's getting something back.
Yeah.
Pedro, what is up? Pedro Navarez, 2 questions. Flex, Watson or B-Rob?
It's hard for me not to start Watson this week. I do like Brian Robinson. I think he's in a sneaky good spot, but we never know. 10 carries, 15 carries. We started to see Chris Rodriguez get more involved last week. Not super worried about it, but Watson's in a fantastic spot this week. I like the whole Packers offense, to be honest. Unless it's even in standard scoring, I might go Watson because he still could get 100 yards and a touchdown this week. So, yeah, I'm going Watson.
I like Robinson, a good matchup against the Giants, but I'm definitely going Watson. He's definitely a guy you want to put in your lineup. And then at the flex, not quite as appealing of a choice. I'm guessing this is a different league. So Moss or Hunt?
Oh, man. I think I probably still go Zach Moss.
I think the answer has to be not Kareem Hunt. Sorry, I just can't. I can't do it. I can't buy into the gimmick touchdown, and he got a little bit more with the backup quarterback. No. I'll go Moss.
Yeah,
Moss
we didn't talk about that. Deshaun Watson magically now looks like he's going to play again, like the roller coaster that is Deshaun Watson every day.
And this is why I've mentioned this before. I have one league where I had Deshaun Watson. I have Deshaun Watson as my quarterback, and I traded for Trevor Lawrence because I got him, I think, pretty cheap. And I don't even know if Trevor Lawrence is 100% playing tonight, but he's in my lineup because I have more confidence in him than I do in Watson at this point. So I'll take half of Trevor Lawrence instead of waiting on Watson. So aggravating.
But for your answer, I think it's got to be. I shouldn't say it's got to be. I don't really feel super confident about Moss this week either, but I'm going Moss.
I'm going Moss for sure. George Dominguez need 2 receivers in a flex. Calvin Ridley, DJ Moore, Watson, Addison, Cook, and Gibbs. 2 receivers and a flex.
Well, I just got done saying Christian Watson's like borderline a must for me.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna go Ridley tonight. I don't love Ridley this week. I could see Ridley having a down game, but I mean Addison, I don't love Addison this week either. I certainly don't love DJ Moore with the backup QB, Division II rookie QB. So I'm going to go Ridley and Watson at wide receiver. And then at flex, Did see also today Craig Reynolds back at practice, so that kind of takes a little bit of the shine off Jahmyr Gibbs potentially being a workhorse. Man, maybe I do. Maybe I do have to go Addison here at flex.
Yeah, that's what I would lean to. Watson for sure. Ridley.
Yeah.
I mean, again, not assuming DJ Moore is going to do absolutely nothing, but there's a chance. I mean, he
Right.
really could. He could give you nothing or one catch, I just don't think you need to risk that when you have somebody who's, technically the number one receiver on his team in Addison right now. And I would love to say Cook, but touchdown upside isn't really there, not catching the ball. So in PPR league, I think Ridley, Watson, and Addison is it. Marcus WJ needs a running back, a wide receiver, and a flex between Swift, Barkley, JT, Olave, and Adams.
All right. Well, RB. Oh man.
Yeah.
Look at these choices.
I know.
I guess RB2's got to be Barkley. Wide receiver 2's got to be Adams, and then I'm flexing Swift, I think. Yeah, I think I'm going Swift, Barkley, Adams. Man, Olave and JT on the bench. That is tough.
I mean, Barkley at running back, yeah. I mean, I don't want to bench Devontae Adams, but I wonder if Olave is the better play here because of the defense, but also because of the, at Hoyer. I think Hoyer's capable. I think he's fine, but
Yeah, and here's the other thing about
no.
Devontae Adams. He's out there. He's doing the press tour this week, talking about like, if we're gonna win, I need more targets. I need to get more targets. Like, okay, yeah, here comes a 15 target. Like, here comes Brian Hoyer just locking in on Devontae Adams.
Squeaky wheel treatment.
Yeah. Plus, I just have a hard time ever benching Devontae Adams, to be honest. I get it. Like, I get it with Brian Hoyer. I get it, but man.
Hey, here's the problem, Marcus. I like all these players, and I don't want to bench any of them. I guess this week I could find a way to bench Swift because of these options. Maybe I'll just go Barkley, Olave, Adams, problem solved, and just keep JT on the menu. Even though I like JT a lot, I have JT as a boom, but oh well. And then Chris all in. Start one at the flex. This is a different set of players. Got Deontay Foreman, got Wan'Dale Robinson, and we got Ingram. I think, well, what's up with the Rashawn Johnson? He's just not going to play.
Yeah, I don't know. Is he still? I didn't see anything on him today. Is he still in the concussion protocol? I mean, that's not a good sign. Like,
no.
let's see.
I mean, if he's back, then you really shouldn't consider Foreman. I mean, I think I already know my choice.
He did not practice again today. Actually, no, that was last week. Yeah, he did not practice again today. That's not looking good. So maybe Foreman.
Foreman is playable then, I guess.
It's PPR. I'd probably just go Wan'Dale.
Yeah, I'm just going Wan'Dale anyways.
It's PPR. He's going against the Commanders. He doesn't have a huge ceiling, but he has a very high floor. So I'll go Wan'Dale this week.
Yeah, the question is who to drop. Like if Rashawn was back, I'd say, okay, just drop Foreman. But
you can drop Keontae Ingram.
You can drop Keontae Ingram then.
It's a terrible matchup this week. That backfield's a mess right now until Connor comes back. Yeah, I can easily drop Ingram.
And then in defense, would you go Jags tonight against New Orleans or the Eagles against the Dolphins?
I mean, you can't go Eagles against the Dolphins. Got to go Jags tonight.
Yeah, got to go Jags. And then Howell or Geno?
This is close for me. I think I got to give Geno the slight edge. He's been disappointing, but it's such a good matchup, and they're at home. I think I got to give Geno the slight edge here.
Yeah, Geno, I mean, didn't look good if you watch the game. He didn't look great, but he put up yardage and a better matchup, better situation this week for sure. I'm going to go Geno.
Yeah.
We says, what Welcome back. Oh, you're too nice. Way too nice. All right, 10-team, PPR, starter, running back, and a flex. Got Cook, Ford, Madison, Dillon. And then we got Palmer, DJ Moore, or Deontay.
So I did see today Aaron Jones, another limited practice, which can't make you feel too good considering this is the week after the bye and he's still only limited. But it looks like he's trending towards playing. But I thought he was going to play last week and he didn't, so you never know. So I'll say this. If Aaron Jones does not go this week, I'm not going to say A.J. Dillon's a must start, but he's like at worst a top 15 running back against the Broncos.
Yeah, it's the Broncos.
So if Aaron Jones does not play, again, he's logged 2 limited practices coming out of the bye. That's not super encouraging. Then I'll go Dillon. If Aaron Jones plays, I probably would go Jerome Ford at running back.
Yeah, I'm just not in on Madison this week. Not inspiring. Like to see James Cook, but just not getting the usage. I think I feel better about Ford this week because he's got a good matchup. But yeah, if Jones doesn't play, it's Dillon. I'm streaming Dillon in 2 leagues, I think, where I have him. So Palmer, Moore, or Johnson at the flex.
Do we just go Palmer here against the Chiefs? I kind of want to say Deontay Johnson. I mean, do you have a strong feeling either way? I don't really have a strong feeling either way between these guys.
I guess Palmer for ceiling. Deontay, I mean, it's not a it's just okay. It's just okay. I don't know. All these guys are just kind of okay to me.
Yeah.
I don't really have a strong feeling either way. I guess I would lean Palmer, though.
Yeah, Palmer's fine. Again, or maybe, I mean, is this a case where we just go with DJ Moore and bet on the talent, or are we still just like, nope?
No,
No,
I don't think so. No, actually, I don't like the matchup for Deontay. I just remembered the Rams have been good against receivers. Moore, I don't know. I'm just avoiding this week just to be safe. I would just go Palmer.
All right, there you go. Yeah, I mean, I don't love any of these guys, so.
We says also thoughts on the Saints defense tonight. If the top options are taken, do we just keep going lower or are they okay?
I mean, I don't know what other defenses are available, like when you say the top options, but I don't think the Saints are a terrible defense this week. They're not my favorite, but I don't think they're terrible. Like, I don't think they'll kill you. Like, I don't think you're going to get negative points from the Saints.
No, I'm not worried about that. They're okay. Not the highest upside, but it's fine. Lawrence is throwing some interceptions. They'll take some sacks.
He may not be as mobile with that knee, so.
Well, that's true too. He may not be as mobile. I mean, top options defensively, the Raiders are definitely not a top defense, but they've got a great matchup. That might be a good streaming option. So that might be somebody you could consider, but otherwise, I think you'll be okay with Saints. I mean, it's just a defense. So Maurice wants to know if he will regret dropping Cam Akers.
Probably not.
I don't think so. Do not think so. Senor Royland. 4-2. That's right. We posted this in Discord. The midweek stat correction, switching it from a W to an L.
Ouch,
There's probably no more of a worse way to lose than that. So here's his team. How can he keep crushing without stat corrections? You're just dropping Dotson outright now that he's
you can
become a special teamer.
Drop Dotson for almost anybody.
You saw that, right? I'm sure you did. It's ridiculous. He's like the holder now for the field goal kicker.
I did not see that. That's pretty brutal. Wow. I
don't know what he did to Ron Rivera between the preseason and week 1, but it must have been bad.
Yeah, what the heck is going on? Yeah, you definitely need some running back help here. So drop Dotson and grab a running back for sure.
Yeah,
But I think your team, like I think your starting lineup is pretty solid.
I mean, Ford's not the ideal RB2, but you don't want to give up one of your top receivers just for that. Yeah, I think you're okay. Jack. All right, and then David Price is 2-4 on the flip side here. Happy PR. He has CMC. Would you trade for Diggs, Swift, or something else?
I mean, I hate giving up CMC, but you're 2-4. I think if you're getting Diggs and Swift, I feel like you almost have to do it. I mean, there's still a chance he plays this week, but I doubt it. But you can't, like, what are you going to do if CMC's out this week and now you're 2-5? Like Diggs should have a huge game this week against the Patriots. I mean, he should just go off. I like Swift this week in what should be a shootout. I think you probably have to do this based on your situation.
Yeah, I think if you're getting both guys, yeah, I think you can do this. You're getting a legit top receiver and a guy who looks like a very good startable running back rest of the season. So, yeah, you might have to do it. What do you think about this? Mark Dessa, thank you, Mark. Jordan Addison or Michael Pittman this week?
It's very close for me, honestly. Very close here. I'm not feeling a big Pittman game, but I'm not really feeling a big Addison game either.
Yeah, I mean, I'm worried about Pittman because of that Browns defense is good and Minshew is not. But I think Addison is just kind of okay this week.
Yeah, I'm not feeling a big game from either of these guys, to be honest. I don't know. Pittman probably a little bit safer because, well, I don't know. Like, what are we going to see? Are we going to see the Vikings not throw the ball again? Like, is this just the thing now? Like, until Justin Jefferson comes back, they just are going to refuse to throw it?
I don't know how they're going to win that way.
Yeah, and look, it's the 49ers. Even without CMC, I'm guessing the 49ers will put up some points on that defense. They still have Ayuk. They still have Kittle. They may have Debo. I'd probably go Addison and hope for a shootout. Hope there's a lot of passing in there because I just don't feel like Pittman has a ceiling. So give me Addison.
Vikings are probably going to have to throw the ball. They are back at home. I mean, should be a little bit better. I would go Addison too. Very worried about Pittman this week. The Wiz is back. Wizard of Odds. Geno, Carr, Howell, or Watson?
I might go Geno. It's just such a good matchup. Such a good matchup.
It's between Geno or Carr, I think.
I mean, Geno and Carr are just two guys that, like, to me, I just feel like you're just setting yourself up for letdowns. Every time you put them in your lineup. I feel like every time I trust one of these guys, they just let me down. Every time. Like, in one of our endgame leagues, I drafted Geno. Like, I waited the last one to take a quarterback. I was like, oh, Geno has a great matchup at home against the Rams this week. I'll just grab Geno. It'll be fine. And then he was awful in week one. I'm like, last year, every time I said, okay, fine, we can start Derek Carr, he was awful. But I'm still going to say go Geno because it's at home against the Cardinals.
Yeah, it's one of those two guys. I think the matchup is good for both, slightly better for Geno. So I go Geno. Kevin is back, needs a quarterback, Mayfield or Minshew?
Well, I'm going Mayfield. Honestly, he's at home. It's the Falcons. He's not Gardner Minshew. He's not playing the Browns. Go with Mayfield. I actually put Mayfield on the sneaky starts this week.
He is not the worst quarterback streamer.
Right.
Not the best, but not the worst. Minshew might be the worst.
Definitely not the best.
Smokey DeBurr is in the house. Smokey, Benching T-Law for Love. You okay with
I
that?
think that's okay. Like, yeah, like there's reasons to be worried about Trevor Lawrence tonight beyond just the knee, the matchup. Love has a great matchup. I'm okay with that. Honestly, I'm okay with that.
And this is actually a fair point before we go back to the questions. Jaguars, of course, coming, over from London and now playing on a Thursday. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not expecting T-Law to just, completely bomb, but also he's banged up. So, I get it. I'm fine with this. All right. And then at tight end, would you go Mayer, the rookie, or Taysom, the non-tight end tight end?
Nah, just give me Mayer. I'm not falling for this Taysom trap. Every year this happens. Every single year. It's like one of those things you could just guarantee will happen. There will be some random week where Taysom Hill gets some random usage, does something really random, and then everybody plays him the next week and he disappears. It's like rinse, repeat, every single year, and every single year people keep falling for it. I'm not playing Taysom Hill this week. Look, Michael Mayer actually got involved, has been seeing his involvement go up, progressing the right way, the way you want to see somebody progressing. It's a good matchup for him. I'm going Michael Mayer.
It's the rule of Taysom. He will
Yes.
only get points when absolutely nobody expects it and nobody starts him in the fantasy team. And when people pick him up and start him, he will give you nothing. That's how it is.
Yes, it is. It's so true.
So you're like, hey, I think maybe this is a good spot. I think Taysom Hill will get points. Guaranteed bust. Guarantee.
Yes.
Who do I package JJ and James Cook for in a trade? JJ and Cook.
So you're trying to trade these guys away?
I guess so.
I mean, if I'm trading away JJ, I better be getting at least like AJ Brown, Keenan Allen, Sun God, Devontae Adams, CeeDee Lamb, like a wide receiver like that, or a running back like Swift, Pollard, Barkley, maybe Bijan right now, maybe Eckler because he didn't play for 4 weeks and then had a bad game and now everybody thinks he's a bust. Guys like that for sure for JJ. And then for Cook, whatever, maybe an Addison if you need wide receiver help or something like that. If somebody in that range.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, don't settle for anything less than a high end, either running back or receiver. It depends what you need more, what you want more. Yeah, don't sell low. Joel Rodriguez, half point PPR. Allen, Tyreek, Watson, Mostert, Bijan, London at the flex. On the bench, you got more Addison, B-Rob. Change anything.
Are we putting in Brian Robinson over London in half PPR?
The only consideration here would be the flex. Everything else you're set.
Yeah.
So London, I'm not putting more over him. Addison, I don't think so. It's half PPR, maybe Robinson, but no, I don't think so. I think I just stick with what it is. All right. The super chats here got Casa. Do I trade Thielen Jacobs more for Hill and Dell?
I mean, so basically you're trading Thielen, Jacobs, and I'm assuming DJ Moore for Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. 3 for 1. I mean, is that too rich for your blood? I know it's Thielen, but
yeah, but it's still Jacobs. And look, we can't say for sure DJ Moore. I mean, Justin Fields is out for the year yet. And we still don't know. DJ, look, maybe Tyson Badgin or Bajin, or however you pronounce his last name, will be good enough. We don't know. Crazier things have happened. Yeah, this feels like you should be able to get more than just Tank Dell with Tyreek Hill here. I mean, Tank Dell is basically it might as well just be Tyreek Hill.
right.
Tank Dell is on most waiver wires. At least get a better wide receiver than Tank Dell. At least get again, an Addison type or somebody like that who maybe doesn't have a ton of value right now but has potential.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little too much.
Yeah.
I like the idea. Trading Thielen, selling high, yes. Trading DJ Moore, fine. And you're giving up a stud running back, though, and you're not getting any running back in return. Maybe you don't need a running back, but yeah, you should just get a little something more valuable. So you're close. Bobby Brook. What's up, Bobby? In a 14-team PPR league, thoughts on rostering 2 QBs? Jordan Love trying to require Watson.
Yeah, I would just roll with Love, honestly. There's no reason to go out and trade for Deshaun Watson, if that's what you mean by if requirement acquire. I'm assuming acquire. Like, there's no reason to go out and trade for Deshaun Watson. Jordan Love's already had his bye, so I mean, you don't have to worry about bye weeks anymore with him. And look, I'm not expecting Deshaun Watson. Like, I'm just happy Deshaun Watson is looking like he's gonna play this week. I'm not expecting vintage Deshaun Watson to come back, so I think you're good with just Jordan Love.
Yeah, I'm not sure I can assume Watson is playing, but this is not a good time to go out and get Watson. I mean, I guess you could say he's a buy low, but I don't know. I'm still nervous here. I mean, he's already come out and said, yeah, it wasn't a contusion, it's a strain. Well, what if he strains it more? What if there's an issue? What if he falls in the shoulder, this week? You'd be like, I'm out. I'm done, guys. I'm good. It's like, I don't know. I'm nervous.
What if he just decides he doesn't want to play football anymore?
You never know. You never know the guy. So,
and I did just see a report 1 minute ago. Jaguars head coach Doug Peterson told Cameron Wolfe that Lawrence will start tonight.
There you go.
So there you go.
As mostly expected. So in that case, let's throw this one out there. Oh, purified. Ridley or Watson?
I'm still with or without Trevor Lawrence. I'm going Watson either way. I don't expect a big Ridley game tonight, which of course means he'll probably have a big game because it's kind of how it feels like it's been with Ridley. Like right when everybody's like, nope, not going to have a big game, he has a big game. When everybody's like, oh, he's going to smash, he doesn't smash.
Yeah.
But Watson gets the Broncos. Ridley gets the Saints of Marshawn Lattimore. He's going to see a lot of Marshawn Lattimore tonight, which is why I put Kirk on the boom, because Kirk won't, and the Saints do give up a lot of points from the slot because of Marshawn Lattimore. So I'm going Watson.
Yeah, I think I'm going Watson anyways. Then Daniel Caps Keenan, living up to his name again. The Caps guys, I need 2. Ridley, Downs, Deontay, Lockett, Addison. You already got Etienne in. Been cursed on Thursday games. Yeah, I think a lot of us feel that way. Thursday games aren't usually the best source of fantasy.
I know I just talked bad a little bit about Ridley tonight, but I can't start any. Like I'm still starting him over most of these guys, and then I'm going Lockett because again he gets the Cardinals at home. I do like DK a little bit more than Lockett this week, but that doesn't mean Lockett can't also be very good. So I'm going Ridley and Lockett.
Yeah, Downs, there's no way I'm playing Downs at all this week. And then with those guys, no. Deontay, just not loving him. No upside. Lockett definitely has upside. Ridley still has upside. I'm going Ridley and Lockett as well. Big Root. In a 10-team standard league, would you play Devontae Adams in the flex or wait it out to see if CMC plays and put him in the flex? This is a standard league.
Well, you can't wait it out for CMC because he plays Monday night.
Right. So he's asking, is it worth the risk? And you're just saying, no, just go Devontae.
Yeah, I'm just going to go Devontae. I like Devontae this week. I mean, it is standard, but I'm curious who you have in at running back.
Yeah, that's CMC. Your flex.
CMC and Devontae Adams are your flex choices. Like, could you just put CMC in a running back and whoever you have, and then flex Devontae Adams still? And then if CMC doesn't play, put Mason in at running back. I'd feel much better about that. Because what I would not want to have happen, let's say you're starting, I don't know, maybe you're starting Brian Robinson over CMC at running back, a guy like that. He could be good, but he could not be good. I would hate to have Brian Robinson not put up a good game and then CMC plays and he's just sitting on your bench going off and you could have won. Whereas if CMC is, whereas if you put CMC in running back and Devontae Adams in the flex and CMC doesn't play, you can always pivot to Jordan Mason as a last ditch if you have to.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I mean, I think maybe if you have like Travis Etienne and,
Like
Kenneth
Kenneth
Walker. Like, okay, fine. You don't
Yeah,
have to take the
exactly.
chance. But so it depends. What about this? Is interesting. I know it's not a super chat. Alexis Aguilar, torn between Ridley and Kirk. If you had to choose, which Jag?
I'm choosing Kirk. For the reasons I said. I think Ridley against Lattimore. Saints do a very good job against outside wide receivers. They struggle against slot receivers. It's why I put Kirk on the boom this week. So I'm going Kirk.
Yep. Kirk seems to be the, still weird to say, more consistent, safer option.
Right?
That's just how it is. Yeah, I'll go Kirk. All right. I have a feeling this is a pick'em question. Tyler Havens, do you think that Tyreek goes over 96 yards, not yours, against the Eagles?
It's hard to bet against him right now. I mean, it's hard to
Yeah.
bet against that. And the Eagles secondary hasn't really been shutting teams down. I mean, Garrett Wilson had a pretty nice game last week against them, and that's Garrett Wilson. So, yeah, I look, 96 yards is a lot of yards for sure, but I mean, I'm never going to say Tyreek Hill can't do that.
I had this thought the other day that for every week from here on out, like Tyreek Hill and Cooper Kupp, it doesn't matter what it is. I'm just going to go higher. I'm just going to go higher, and
It's like 200 yards
not
higher.
I'd like 128 yards. Okay, higher. Like it's all right, maybe not, but look, they're never going to put it at 100+ yards, right? Because like, oh, come on, like so they have to set it like 90 something, and every week they're going over it. So like once in a while, Tyreek won't, but I would say yes. I would pick the higher. Julio Espinosa, what is up, Julio? Pick 2. Ridley, Ayuk, London, Deontay.
Yeah, I'm going the first two. I really like Ayuk this week. I think he could have a big game. I know, I talked about Ridley, of course. I keep talking about him, but I don't feel great about London this week. And I certainly don't feel great about Deontay this week. So in this case, I'm going Ridley and Ayuk.
Yeah, to me, Ayuk is a really strong, almost a must start. Deontay, again, not really feeling. London is okay. I don't like him as nearly as much as last week. But yeah, I would go Ridley too. Ridley, Ayuk, and then also have McCaffrey, Mitchell, Mason. So the entire Niners backfield, just in case. Eckler and Bijan. Okay, that's nice. Who starts where and who can I drop?
Well, you can't drop anybody yet. This is a case where you can definitely put CMC in your flex.
And then wait.
Because if he doesn't play, you have both 49ers running back options. So hopefully we'll have a better idea on Monday. If CMC isn't playing, hopefully we'll have some kind of insight into who could potentially be the starter. But in this case, yeah, CMC in your flex. But don't drop either of those guys because we don't know yet. So I wouldn't drop either of those guys yet.
Not yet, no.
Yeah.
So hopefully, I don't even think it's worth asking. Like if you had to pick between Mitchell and Mason, like we don't know. Guess look at what, if anything, that Shanahan says or beat reporters are saying, although that can also be wrong. But who we feel is going to get more touches. Generally, it's been Mitchell. I like Mason better, but who knows? All right, let's do rapid fire here. Quick lightning round. We got a lot of comments. We want to get to the rest of the super chats, of course, but I feel like we can help these people out quickly. Ryan Sheehan, Stafford or Howell?
I'm going Stafford. I like him this week.
Yeah, I like Stafford quite a bit. What about Claudio? Who would you like tonight? T-Law or Carr?
I certainly think Carr has more upside. So I'm going to go Carr. Well, T-Law's safer, I guess I should say. So I guess it depends what you want.
It's kind of close. I actually think I like Carr a little better tonight for the upside. I think he's got more upside. And I think the Saints defense is better than the Jags defense. So I don't know. I think I'm assuming it's for this week. Brandon Duggar, who would you rather have, Pickens or Kirk, unless he's talking rest of the season?
Either way, it's Kirk for me. This week, rest of the season, it's Kirk.
Yeah, Kirk it is. And then John Toll, Rashee Rice or Josh Downs?
Definitely Rashee Rice this week. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely Rice. All right, let's get to Ayush. What is up? Or should I say, hey? What's up, Ayush? Pick 3, the Sun God, yes. Cooper, MT. Oh, come on. You can't include MT in here. So Addison or Pittman as the third, probably.
Yeah, Amon-Ra and
What kind of
Cooper for
relief?
sure. And then, like I said, I'm gonna go Addison over Pittman. I just think he has more upside. I don't see a lot of upside for Pittman this week. So Sun God, Cooper, Pittman are my three. I mean Addison, sorry, are my three.
Yeah, this week the Browns defense is going to scare me away from Pittman, so I'll go Amon-Ra, Cooper, and Addison. Twisted one got an offer to trade Keenan Allen for Devontae Smith and Zach Moss. It's non PPR.
Well, I never know how. Like the way I read this is somebody said, "Here's Keenan Allen," or the way I read this is somebody said, "Here's Devonta Smith and Zach Moss. I would like Keenan Allen."
Yeah,
If that's the case, it's a bad trade. I guess I'll just simplify it by saying this: I want Keenan Allen in this side. Whoever's getting Keenan Allen wins this trade.
Right. Yeah, that's the way I interpreted it too. Someone's like, give me Keenan Allen for those guys. I would go Keenan Allen. Not terrible. I mean, I still like Devontae Smith. It's not like he's a huge drop, but I'd still prefer Keenan Allen. And then Jason Rodriguez is back, got a 12 team, one flex PPR, 5-1. Traded Cook for Aaron Jones.
All right.
I think that's okay.
Yep.
Got Tua Diggs, Waddle, Jones, White, Walker, Ayuk, bench, Pierce, Hunt, Spears, Wilson, J-Mo, and Achane on the bench. I love all the Dolphins on here. Any moves? Rice is available. Wilson's available. Mims is available.
Yeah. I want to get Rice on this team if possible. I'm dropping Jameson Williams for Rice. I just am. I don't care. Rice is already doing what people hope Jameson Williams will do. I know Jameson had that long touchdown last week, but 9 routes. Like it's going to be tough. It's going to be a while for Jameson Williams. Yeah, I'm dropping Jameson for Rice personally.
I'm definitely doing that. I'd rather have Rice. And then I'll say this, like you're not like mad deep at running back, but like you're already on your bench. You have Pierce is playable, Spears is a good stash, and you have Jeff Wilson and HN coming back. I think you could drop one of those guys between Wilson or Hunt. Again, I don't think you need to have Hunt. I would drop Hunt and stash either Wilson or Mims. I think Mims is interesting now because what if Jerry Jeudy does get traded? There's some noise about that. Mims has been efficient. I'd rather take the upside. So that's what I would do too. Pitcher Rendon. Impossible question.
Oh, my favorite.
Bench one. Eckler, K9, Jacobs, or Swift?
How do you have all four? How do you have all four of these guys? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's see. Eckler's a must. Jacobs against Chicago is a must for me. I think Kenneth Walker's against. I think I have to bench Swift.
Yeah, this week I agree.
Yeah, got to bench Swift.
Walker at home against the Cardinals. Yeah, I would take him.
Can't bench him. Can't bench Eckler. Jacobs against the Bears. Can't bench. I got to bench Swift.
Yep. Don't like to do it, but hey, you've got a good choice here. So
right.
Alexander's channel, welcome back. Howler Lawrence.
I'm still going Trevor Lawrence. Look, I also put Howell on the sneaky starts this week, but at the same time, I mean, it's not like Howell's been awesome for fantasy. You know what I mean? He's been okay. He's had a couple weeks. He could always have he could always do Sam Howell things and kill you. So I'll just go with Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, the thing with Howell is he's put up a couple of big fantasy days, but that's because they were coming from behind. He had to throw it a ton. Do we really think that's going to happen against the Giants? You know what I mean? It's like there is risk. Sometimes it's you have to think backwards when the better matchup, or I should say the worst defense that they face, doesn't necessarily mean better things in fantasy. So I think you're fine with Lawrence. Don't expect a huge Lawrence game, but I think he's fine. I think I would rather go with him. TT got Mondre, Oh, this is a trade. Ramondre and Madison for JT.
If you're getting JT, do this for sure. You're trading 2 running backs that are probably just going to be like RB2 types most of the year. For a guy who's on the verge of being, an every week must start, get JT. Get JT.
There you go. Ramondre did finally show some life last week, and I think he'll be okay. But again, we're talking like, okay, maybe he can bounce back to like high-end RB2 level.
Right.
And Madison's a guy you're never going to really be excited about. And so JT, I'll take JT. Big Lush just did a kind of thing like this, traded Kareem Hunt and Jamal Williams to get Joe Mixon. Look, I don't love Joe Mixon. I know you don't love Joe Mixon, but I would rather at least have a guy who's startable.
Exactly. For those guys, give me Joe Mixon.
Ali is back. What's up, Ali? All right. Got offered JJ, Mixon, Addison for Hall and London. Getting JJ. Mixon, Addison for Hall and London. You finally be rid of both your Jets running backs.
But look, this is not really the time to get rid of Breece Hall. He's trending in the right direction.
Yeah, so he's worried because he's got a losing record. Not sure, with JJ.
Yeah, I think for your team, because here's the problem: like Mixon's not even playing this week,
right?
So now either is Hall, so I guess it doesn't really hurt you there. Addison, London, okay, whatever, but you're not going to have JJ for at least 3 more weeks, maybe more. You're 2-4. By the time JJ comes back, it might be too late. That's the problem. Like if you were 3-3, 4-2, 5-1, I'd probably say, sure, take it. Wait for JJ. But by the time he gets back, it might be too late for you. I think I just keep Hall in London.
Yeah, because on your roster, running back is the issue. That's
right.
Mixon's playable. I mean, obviously you can put him in there and have something, but yeah, it's just risky. That's the thing. It's risky. Very risky. You're hoping that you can tread water and at least win 1 or 2 games until JJ comes back. But
yeah,
maybe this isn't the team to do that trade. Marcismo, thank you. Full PPR has T-Law, Burrow, Eckler, Swift, Breece Hall, Walker, Waddle, St. Brown, Nakua, Andrews, and Goddard. Who would you trade? Get an upgrade for QB.
I mean, you have T-Law and Burrow. I would not. I would not.
That's not a thing you need. I was actually wondering, why do you have both these quarterbacks? You could trade one of them.
Yeah, you should be trying to trade one of them away. I would not be looking to move to get an upgrade at QB. I think after the bye, Burrow's going to be a top 5 QB rest of the season, or at least like top 7. Look, in this QB landscape, he might be top 5. Look, QB has just been bad this year, bad. So, just roll with Burrow. Roll with T-Law this week. Roll with Burrow rest of the season. You're fine. No need to blow this roster. You got a great roster. I mean, you got Eckler, Swift, Breece, Kenneth Walker. You got Waddle, St. Brown, Puka, Andrews, and Goddard. You have Andrews and Goddard.
I don't know. This is an 18 league or what, but I hate to say it, Marcismo, but you should not trade. Don't do anything.
Yeah, not for a QB. I mean, you can make trades but I mean, even then, what are you gonna upgrade?
You can't upgrade your running back unless you get CMC. I mean, sure, trade Hall and Swift to get CMC. Okay.
Yeah.
But no, you should be encouraged the last 2 weeks what you've seen from Burrow. He's been good.
Exactly.
And now he gets T. Higgins back next week, in full T. Higgins. So you're fine. You're good.
Yeah, you're fine.
Corey Olson, Lawrence or Howell? So he's leaning Howell. We're not.
It's too risky for me with Howell. Lawrence at least gives you a floor. Howell could just crush you. He could just crush you. So I'm sticking with T-Law.
Yeah, sticking with T-Law as well. Anthony, what's up, Anthony? He's I believe this is Anthony's in the flock. Flex 1, Rashee Rice, Curtis Samuel, Tajay Spears.
This is because I like Rice and Samuel. I mean, Spears is the one I can eliminate. Also, they don't play this week, so Don't play Tyjae Spears. He's not going to get you many points this week. It's closer between Rice and Samuel. I kind of like both of them. I think I'm going to give the edge to Rice. It's just such a good matchup for him this week. Because I was doing some research for the sneaky starts, and you'll learn this if you watch the video on Saturday. Rashee Rice is tied for 6th among all wide receivers in red zone targets, even though he's barely played this year.
Yep.
And he gets a matchup where he could certainly score a touchdown this week. So I'm going to go Rice.
And I don't know if he still is. I haven't checked, but he's been among the leaders in targets per route run.
Yes.
Now, part of that is because, again, the fact that you use a rotation, he's not out there as many snaps as a lot of these other, starting receivers.
Right.
So when he's out there, he's going to get targeted at a higher rate. But still, that's a good thing. He's out there. He gets targets. Good matchup. Go Rice. Uncle Rico. Getting ready for the game on Sunday against Cleveland. Pick 2. Got PPR tight end premium.
All right.
Tony Ingram. I'd say I'm going to make sure. Is this Keontae Ingram with the I, or is this Evan Ingram and misspelled?
Yeah,
I'll assume it's
I, so I'm going to assume Keontae.
Everything else is spelled right, so I'm going to assume it's Keontae.
Yeah.
So we'll say no to that. Komet, Moss, Tutu, or Mason?
Well, if CMC was for sure out, I might go Mason, but we don't know yet. And he plays Monday. We might not know until Monday, and by then it's too late.
Yeah.
Can't feel good about Komet now. Can't feel good about, even in tight end premium, how good can you feel about Komet?
Yeah, in tight end premium, he gave you nothing last week. So
yeah. Moss is certainly interesting. I might go Tony though, honestly. It's PPR. He also has that really good matchup that Rashee Rice has.
Yep.
Yeah, I think out of this group, I'm going to go Tony this week.
He also is kind of up there in targets per route run for the same reason. Okay, it says pick 2 though. So we need Tony and
oh man, I guess Moss then.
Not
I
feeling
don't like Tutu. I don't like Tutu this week. Ingram, yeah, I guess Tony and Moss.
Can't feel great about Tutu now.
No.
Just the way things are. Yeah, it's actually not even a good matchup for Tutu. Yeah, I guess Moss. I just can't roll with Komet. You just can't. If I'm saying no to DJ Moore, why am I even thinking about Komet? Like, I know it's a tight end premium, but still, you actually have to catch passes to get the premium.
Right.
Lakers Productions traded Puka and Swift for Sun God and Aaron Jones.
I feel like it might have been a slight overpay. I mean, I like getting Sun God for sure. But I don't know. Like, I think Aaron Jones will be fine, and he'll probably be great this week if he plays because it's the Broncos. But I just feel like at the end of the year, Aaron Jones is just going to be one of those guys where you're like, yeah, I had Aaron Jones. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he was on my team. Whereas Swift could be one of those guys at the end of the year, you're like, yeah, I had DeAndre Swift. Like, yeah. Right?
Yeah.
So I just feel like it was a slight overpay here. I mean, I don't hate it for you. It's not like terrible. I don't think you but I think it was a slight overpay for you.
Not bad, but I would prefer the Puka Swift side also a bit. All right, and then Jedi Koth got the YouTube membership. So let's answer this. Half PPR flex Addison or Myers?
I mean, how good can we feel about Myers this week with Brian Hoyer? Are we still like he's the one who seemed to really take the hit last week. Well, so did Adams, but Adams literally took a hit and missed a big part of that game. But I don't know if I feel as good about like Brian Hoyer just, only throwing to 2 guys. He spread the ball around more than we've seen with Jimmy G. So I might just go with Addison this week.
Risky with Myers. Yeah, I'm going to go Addison here too. It's close. Or it could be close between these two.
Yeah, it's close.
And then let's see. Cody Roper. Full PPR. Chase on bye. Got Ayuk. That's good. Needs help. Got Jacoby Myers again. Pickens or Kirk?
This is definitely Christian Kirk for me. I like Christian Kirk a lot tonight. I hope he doesn't let us all down, but I really like Christian Kirk tonight. I'm going Kirk.
I mean, he hasn't let us down yet since week 1,
Right.
which probably means he's due to let us down.
Right.
I know. But yeah, I go Kirk. Don't love Pickens this week. Myers, obviously risky, so go Kirk as well. And then what's an NBA crypto boy who's always with us pretty much. He's asking is there a way to donate besides Super Chat. I know some people are saying they have issues with Super Chat. Maybe I honestly can't say I know from the other end.
Yeah, there's a I don't know if it's on this video, but on all our videos, there's like a join button. I don't know.
You do the
I don't know if
membership.
that'll work, but maybe that won't work either. I'm not sure. If it's a YouTube thing, that might not work either. I don't know.
Yeah. Sorry, I wish I could give you a better answer there. 95. Drop the super chat here. What is up? Pick 3, Adams, Olave, Myers, Addison. So who are you benching there? Is it Myers?
I'm benching Myers. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't bench Adams or Olave. I just can't. And like I said, I like Addison slightly more than Myers, so I'm gonna bench Myers.
And with buys for RB2, Warren, well, can't play Rashawn Johnson. Okay, or Foreman. So Warren or Foreman.
I guess Foreman, if Johnson is out, it's a good matchup for him. He'll be the lead back. Like Warren is fine, but what is Warren really going to give you? I guess Foreman.
Go Foreman. Pretty sure Rashawn Johnson's out. All right, you got Adams for McLaurin and Higgins.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's pretty fair, but I think, it's always better to get the stud, the true stud. So I like it.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. I think it's fine. And which, by the way, guys, so just speaking of that super chat thing, we're still catching up. If you super chatted, don't worry. We're not missing you. We're just getting there. We still have a little over an hour till the game starts. So let's continue with the super chats. Mixter offered London for Rashad.
I mean, if you're trading Rachaad White and getting Drake London, yeah, I do this. I mean, what are we really expecting from Rachaad White this year? Give me London.
It's saying you got 3 other running backs. So
yeah, give me London.
Here's the big question. Has Lenny signed yet? I don't think
he has not signed. He has not signed with anybody, and I will be shocked if he does. I don't even think he worked. He didn't even end up working. He didn't even really work out for them. There was a report that he was going to, and then it was like, no, he didn't, and he hasn't worked out for anybody. Like, I really would be surprised if we see Lenny this year.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
ever again. Honestly,
he's waiting until week 16 to sign. That's what he's doing, so he doesn't have to work too hard to get the trophy. All right. Bobby with another one. So 14 team needs 2, 2, and 1. Bijan, Swift, Jones, White, Dillon, Keenan, Watson, Hollywood, London, Pickens.
All right. Well, I think I got to go Bijan and Swift at running back.
Yep.
Keenan and Watson at wide receiver. And then I'm going to say, if Aaron Jones plays, I'm flexing him. I can't. I got to have him in my lineup against that Broncos defense. I don't normally flex a running back in PPR, but man, Aaron Jones against the Broncos, I got to do that. Now, if Aaron Jones doesn't play, then, oh man, if Aaron Jones doesn't play, I might flex Dillon, honestly, because I don't really love Hollywood this week. I don't love London this week. I certainly don't love Pickens this week. I might flex one of the Green Bay running backs, honestly.
Yeah, why not? It's against the Broncos. So if Jones plays, you play Jones. If he doesn't play, go Dillon. And then you should feel good either way. And bonus, Bobby is Packers fan. So then he can refer his guy.
There you go.
And Watson. Hey, this is a good week to have those Packers. So yeah, Jedi Koff, another one, offered Mostert for Kamara. Not buying in on must start.
I mean, I have worries for both these guys long term. So, I mean, look, you got Jacobs, you got Etienne, you got Achane potentially coming back. I mean, maybe because you have Achane, just take Mostert because he certainly won't kill you from now until whenever Achane gets back. So yeah, maybe just take Mostert. I don't really have a strong opinion on this one, to be honest.
Which surprises me. I thought for sure you'd say, yeah, trade Kamara. This is the time, and especially Jamal Williams coming back.
Yeah, but the thing is, with Mostert, I don't love Mostert either. I mean, yeah, I like him in the short term, but when Achane comes back, I mean,
Well, even when Achane was playing, Mostert was still going off. That's the thing.
I mean, he did that one week when they both went off against Denver. He was okay the next week, but remember, Achane had kind of like started to take over. That's the thing. Like if Achane hadn't gotten hurt, we might be looking at Achane as like the true 1A and Mostert just you know what I mean? Because Achane was starting to get more snaps, more touches.
Yeah. I just, he's not that type of guy. Like I don't know that he'll ever be the 1A. I think 50-50, like maybe 60-40, but Achane's not built to I don't think they want him to run the ball that much because, guys are sometimes more explosive when they're out there less, like Alvin Kamara used to be when he wasn't the lead back. So I take Mostert. I mean, look, they're either way. This is your number 3 running back, so it's not a big deal. But I would do it. All right, let's do some quickies here. Still catching up, but I think we can do this. All right, Jason, Jags at Saints tonight. Over under 40. You liking the over?
It's
Thursday.
I mean, that's a pretty low under, but man, the under's been hitting a lot. It's Thursday. I don't know. I'm not really a big over under better. Probably not the right one to ask.
I'm going to be optimistic and go over.
I mean, I hope so. So we at least get an enjoyable game.
Yeah. Jackson person, Deontay or Ridley?
Definitely Ridley for me. Definitely Ridley.
Yeah. I haven't heard Blizo Gotti to God asking if Lockett or DK is out. I haven't heard that they're going to be out.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything that makes me worry they're going to be out. So,
and even then, I don't think I would start Jason. Let's see. Would you start? Round Betty wants to know Terry McLaurin over Christian Watson.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
No. All right. Julian, Ingram or Kittle?
Do you just want like a nice safe floor from your tight end? You go Ingram. Do you want to shoot for the moon and say, hey, he might bust, but he might boom? Then you go Kittle.
I'd like to say, well, if we know Debo's going to be out, CMC is going to be out, Kittle could go off. Well, now we don't know that. Now it looks like Debo's playing and CMC might be playing. I think I still go Kittle because it's the Vikings. I'm going to go Kittle because Ingram is still mostly a floor play. Has he really had a big game this year? Nah, he's like solid if you don't have another tight end. Well, you do. You have Kittle. I would go for Kittle. I would rather shoot for the upside. The intern of war, Puka, Kupp, Sun God, Myers, Deontay, pick 3.
Well, not Myers, not Deontay. Puka, Kupp, and Sun God.
It's the first 3. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely the first 3. And then Joe, always in the house. We appreciate it, Joe. Shaheed, Slayton, Dotson, Jeff Wilson, Keontae Ingram, Latavius Murray. Who's in and who's out?
I mean, I do kind of like Latavius Murray this week. Shaheed can always boom. He can always bust. Slayton is interesting because they do get the Commanders.
I think
might go Slayton. If it's PPR, I might go. If it's PPR, I'll go Slayton. If it's standard, I'll go Murray.
Are we picking just one or just one like the flex?
I hope so. No offense, Joe, but I hope you're only starting one of these guys.
Yeah, I think for me, the guys I like are Shaheed and Slayton. You can't go Dotson. He's not even touching the ball. Wilson, no. Ingram, no. If you need a running back, Murray would be the pick. But if you're just looking for a flex, to me, I would go Slayton and then Shaheed. Those would be the 2 picks. Rexosaurus needs 3 of these guys. We got Flowers, Ridley, Amari, Puka, and Brian Robinson.
Ridley, Amari, and Puka for me. I like Flowers, but I'm not feeling a big Flowers week this week. Maybe Brian Robinson, but when you got these receivers, I'm just going to roll with these receivers.
I'm doing the exact same. Like Puka, Amari should have a big game, even if Watson doesn't play, and then Ridley. Corey B, pick 3 for this week. Olave, Kirk, Metcalf, Ayuk, and Devontae Smith.
Man.
This is tough.
I think I'm going Olave, Ayuk, and Smith, but man, I really like Metcalf and Kirk this week. I just don't know if I could put them over those 3 guys. These are all really good options. You're probably going to have points on your bench. You're probably going to be if one of these guys doesn't have a good game, you're probably going to regret it because the other guy who you benched probably will have a good game. But I think if it's my team, I got to go Olave, Ayuk, and Smith. Although maybe with Smith with the hamstring, maybe just put in like Metcalf. Not risk it. I don't know. But I think Smith is going to play. It's just a matter of will he be limited with the hamstring?
Yeah. The guy that jumps out to me is Ayuk. I definitely want him against the Vikings. Olave, pretty much a must start. I think this is the week. I mean, I don't know. I'm still keeping faith in Devontae Smith long term, right? And I'm not saying I can't play him this week, but between these options, I might just say don't risk it. I might just go with Kirk. He's been solid. He's been consistent. It's close. It's close between all these guys.
Yeah, I'm okay if you want to bench Smith when you have these guys between Metcalf and Kirk. Yeah, it's.
And then David Porter needs some advice. All right, we got the membership. So get to the question here. Half PPR, Dobbs or Ridley?
I got to go Ridley. I mean, I do like Dobbs. He's in a good spot this week, but he's also risky. And we saw the last time when before the bye when Watson was full go, he didn't really get targeted too heavily. So give me Ridley.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be Ridley. Jacob Parsons, weird league QB rules. -3 for an interception. -3 for a sack.
That's not right. That's not the quarterback's fault.
That's like punishing.
I mean, sometimes it's the quarterback's fault, but not always.
Okay, so I don't know. Geno or Jordan Love? I mean, I just talked about how Geno kept getting sacked last week, and that offensive line hasn't been good. But then Jordan Love throwing interceptions the week before. Yeah. This week it's Denver. I think I have to go Jordan Love.
Yeah, I mean, it's also Arizona. Like, how much pressure are they going to get and turnovers are they going to get? I think either of these guys are fine. Yeah, probably Jordan Love, but I think either will be fine this week.
Yeah, I think if they're probably not going to have to pass it as much. I think it'll be a little cleaner game for him. So in this case, I would go Jordan Love. Drake London or Zay Flowers?
I'm going. Oh man. It's very close for me. I don't really love either of these guys this week. I don't know. For some reason, my gut's telling me London. I guess I'll go London, but I don't love either of them this week, to be honest.
No, don't love either, but I'm really worried Flowers is really just a minimal floor play against the Lions. So I think I'll just go for London as well. Ramondre or Cook? We feeling Ramondre with a second straight decent week?
It's not a terrible spot against the Bills, honestly. I know on paper you think it is, but they haven't been good against the run. They lost Matt Milano. I might go Ramondre.
Yeah, I think Ramondre is the move here. He's getting more touches generally than Cook, more receptions, more quality
Yeah,
touches.
that's the shocking thing.
Yeah. Kane. Half PPR flex. Kirk, Cooper, or Robinson?
I gotta go Cooper. It looks like Deshaun Watson is gonna play. Goes against the Colts, who've just been awful against wide receiver ones. I like Kirk tonight, but I gotta go Cooper. Cooper over Kirk for me.
Keep saying it. The Colts just love getting up big games to number one receivers. That's Cooper. If he could put up 100 against 49ers, feel pretty good about him against the Colts. So I like Kirk this week. He's solid, but go Cooper. Slim Majors, welcome. Should I trade Lamar and A.J. Brown for Devontae Adams, Christian Watson, and Cooks? He's already got Tua at QB and Purdy, but whatever.
Yeah, I think so. You certainly don't need Lamar, of course. Devontae Adams, A.J. Brown, very close for me. You're getting Watson as well. I mean, Brandon Cooks, whatever. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You got Tua and Purdy. Yeah, I think you can do this.
Yeah, you're basically turning a backup quarterback or one of your quarterbacks into a high-end receiver. I think it's worth it. I think it's worth doing. And look, maybe you get Cooks, whatever, but you could drop Purdy and just keep Cooks. So, yeah, go for it, Slim. If you got Lamar and A.J. Brown, you could turn that into those two receivers. I think it's worth doing. The other John wants to know, in a 12-team standard league, Ridley or London?
I'm still going Ridley. I think especially in standard, I like Ridley more. I think he has a chance for like touchdowns, big plays. I'm going Ridley.
Yeah. Again, I hate you know what I'm saying. We keep feeling like, oh, well, picking Ridley, picking him again, and then you're like, I really don't feel great about him this week, but compared to who we're being asked about, like, yeah, I'll go with him. So gonna go Ridley. Not expecting a huge game, but I think it's not expecting a big London game either. So let's do Miguel Cordovez. Would you drop Wilson, Spears, Charbonnet, or Mitchell for Tank?
Probably not. I mean, maybe Wilson, but at least Wilson is going to have a short-term path here once he gets activated. Bigsby is just a pure handcuff right now, so probably not.
Bigsby is the same as Spears, Charbonnet, Mitchell in the sense that only valuable really if the starter gets hurt or traded. Except Spears, like he hasn't really had standalone value. Like you're not wanting to start Spears, but he's more involved than these other guys are.
Right, and there is the chance that Derrick Henry gets traded. It might be a small chance, but there is a chance.
Right. I think I like Spears and Charbonnet better than Bigsby. I had high hopes for Tank. It's not happening, so nah, I wouldn't drop any of these guys. Tony will rot. Cook or Gibbs?
Reynolds did practice today, so he's probably going to play. So how good can we really feel about Gibbs? I mean, but I don't really love Cook this week either. But I might just still have to go with James Cook. I just don't know what are we going to get from Jahmyr Gibbs this week? Are we going to get like 8 carries, a few catches, and that's it? That's all he's going to get. But look, he at least does catch passes. Cook is even catching passes. What happened? What happened to James Cook catching passes? I don't know. Maybe I go Gibbs. Well, I don't know. At least Gibbs catches some passes.
Last week was kind of a letdown. I thought James Cook would bounce back because it was a great matchup. And that's the annoying thing is he actually was good running the ball. They just didn't run it enough. They're giving Latavius Murray the ball. And he's not getting goal line touches. At the Patriots, it's not a bad matchup at all. I might reluctantly just keep Cook in there, but these two guys are very similar. I don't know if it really makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Sammy, would you start Taysom Hill or Musgrave and Mayer?
No. I actually like Musgrave a lot this week. He had 7 targets before the bye, which was tied with Christian Watson. He had 6 catches. He gets the Broncos, who not only are like a terrible defense, they're giving up the most fantasy points to tight ends. Yeah, I'm going Musgrave here pretty easily, honestly.
Pretty easily saying no to Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
You know the rule. Once you start to think about him, he disappears, right? That's the rule.
Yes.
It's like the elf on the shelf. Like if you touch him, then that's it. It's gone. You ruin the magic. Yeah. If you put Taysom Hill in your lineup, that's it. You ruin it. He can't score. That's how it works.
Yeah.
I would say Mayer. I like how he's getting more involved. But it's going to be the backup quarterback. Okay, fine. But then it's the Broncos. That's the thing. I go Musgrave this week because of matchups. Vinny, what's up? Robinson or Gibbs? Hey, there you go. This is a perfect segue into our halftime plug, but let's get to the question first. Robinson or Gibbs?
Well, here I'll definitely go Brian Robinson. I mean, maybe if Craig Reynolds wasn't playing, I could go with Jahmyr Gibbs. But now, just give me Brian Robinson. He's in a good spot this week.
Yeah, I'm going to go Robinson here for sure. And I'm glad you mentioned that because, you know what, it is possible out of the about 400 so people watching us, they weren't all on at the very beginning when I talked about Underdog. So let's do it again. Guys, if you haven't tried it, Vinny won last week. I just told you I did one of those in-games. I won. I don't win them all, but I'm definitely ahead. So I know that it's working. If you just sign up, if you don't have an Underdog account, all you do is you sign up, you use promo code ENDGAME, and you put in money, and just like that, you've doubled your money. I'm not exaggerating. Up to $500, you get a 100% deposit match. Every dollar you put in, they're going to match it. All right. So you double your money just for signing up, and you don't have to put 500 or even 100. It could be as low as 20. Just start. It could actually be as low as 10, I think. But whatever you put in, you're getting something out of it. And then for being a new customer, you get the special, which you still have about an hour left to use. Derek Carr gets 1 yard and you went higher, then you get that pick right. You just need any other pick that you nail and get it right, and you've tripled your money. All right. And then you can also take part in 100K Sundays. Marquise Brown is this week's pick. Higher, lower, it actually doesn't matter. Just use that pick in any combination with others, and you are entered to win $100 because 1,000 different people will be winners this week. So there you go. All of that Underdog, and it's fun too. All right, but let's get back to the chats. Big Luscious is also a member. Sit Pittman and Addison. Start Rashee Rice in the flex.
Yeah. Look, could Rashee Rice outscore him? Sure. But it's not like Rashee Rice isn't a guy that's on the field a lot. He's not getting peppered with targets. He's still very risky. I can't start him over these guys.
Well, sorry to split the decision here, Luscious. I'm going to say, yeah, I'm going to sit Pittman for Rice. I think there's more upside with Rice. I mean, again, not expecting this like a monster game from Rice. I don't think he's got that in him. I'm just worried about a really down game for Pittman. That's my thing. So maybe overthinking it, but I think I would put Rice. Edgar Padilla, standard. Pitts or Ingram?
Give me Pitts. Give me Pitts, especially in a standard because he at least has some touchdown upside.
Right.
I'll go Pitts.
Yeah, if this was PPR, I'd be like, well, Ingram's safer. We know that.
Right.
And it's good matchup, good enough. But actually, Saints are pretty good against tight end. So he's just a floor play. And the only issue is Pitts is like, in bad weeks, there's no floor. The floor gets, taken out from under him. But this week, it's standard. Go Pitts. What about Sean? Down bad at RB2. I know you're not the only one. Have to choose between McLaughlin, Zach Evans, and Mason. All right, floor and ceiling. Let's talk. I mean, Evans is pretty much, I don't know, maybe you don't agree. Highest ceiling, lowest floor?
I mean, definitely lowest floor.
Yeah.
Definitely lowest floor. Maybe highest ceiling. Maybe. I think the one I'm putting in, unless we really hear something from Sean McVay that makes us feel really good that Evans is gonna be the guy. I think the one I'm putting in is McLaughlin. Or if we get like the early rule out for CMC, like let's say on Saturday, it's like, yeah, he's not playing, and Jordan Mason looks like the starter, then maybe I go Mason. But right now, the guy I like the most is McLaughlin because they play the Packers, who are a bottom 10 run defense. McLaughlin played more snaps than any Broncos running back last week, and it wasn't a blowout, right? It wasn't garbage time. They were in that game. He's got juice. He catches passes. I think right now the one I feel the best about is McLaughlin.
And maybe I'm getting carried away with Zach Evans saying he's got this high ceiling. I mean, it depends. Is he going to be the guy that's going to roll him out and see what he can do? Or is he going to get, the DeMarcado treatment where it's like, yeah, he's the guy, except he's only going to be in, 20% of the snaps. And then 3 other guys we just signed off the practice squad are actually going to get the touches, like Royce Freeman. So I think McLaughlin is fine. I would all in on Mason when I thought CMC was going to be out, and now he might not be out. So right. I would say if CMC is definitely not playing, and this before Sunday, I could go Mason, but otherwise just go McLaughlin. All right, it's me. These are help. He says he cannot come in last. I'm assuming there's some sort of harsh punishment.
Okay.
DJ Moore, Debo, or Osborne?
Well, hopefully we get some word on Debo, but I feel pretty good about Debo. I feel like he's gonna play. He would be my first choice. If he doesn't play or it's sounding very iffy for Debo, I still think I got to go DJ Moore here. I just not feeling much from KJ Osborne. So if it sounds like Debo is going to play before Sunday's game, I'm going Debo. Otherwise, I'll just go DJ Moore. I don't feel like much from Osborne.
Nah. Osborne is actually going to be below DJ Moore for me. And, I'm low on DJ Moore this week. If Debo plays, it's Debo.
Yeah.
All right. This may be a trick question. Steve Livingston, how many touchdowns does Julio score this week?
This is easy. Does Underdog have a line for Julio touchdowns? Can I take the lower on?
I can only hope. I'm pretty sure they don't.
Can I take the lower on his touchdowns? It's zero.
Is he playing? Is he actually shooting up? He's playing this week. Is that right?
Yeah. How much is he going to play? What's he going to do? 0 touchdowns for Julio.
Man. All right, fine. I guess I'll have to take him out of my lineup. Andrea, what is up? Trevor Lawrence or Jordan Love?
Here I'll probably go Jordan Love and not risk it with Trevor Lawrence with the knee. Jordan Love in a great spot this week. I'll go Jordan Love this week.
Go Jordan Love. It's the Broncos, and we're going to keep saying it. You cannot ignore that. All right, welcome back, Robert Mitchell. He's always with us. We appreciate you, Robert. Got Watson, Samuel, Dobbs, Shaheed, Osborne. Someone dropped Gabe.
Oh.
Could you drop KJ for Gabe? I'm pretty sure.
Yes, definitely. And I actually like Gabe this week. I mean, he's always risky, but I like him this week. But yeah, you can definitely drop KJ Osborne for Gabe Davis. Yes.
Even without JJ, which, yeah, it'll be a couple more weeks. I mean, who knows? Maybe longer. I mean, KJ Osborne, what is his ceiling on a weekly basis?
Like a touchdown?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. I mean, I would rather put Shaheed, Dobbs, all those guys you have over Osborne this week and going forward. So you don't need Osborne. Go with Gabe. This week, I would say you're definitely on Watson. We already established that. You're going to start Watson. I like Curtis Samuel this week. I know you like him too, right? As a flex possibility.
Yeah, he's a flex possibility, but I would start Gabe over Curtis Samuel. To be honest, I mean, Curtis Samuel is safer, but man, Gabe Davis against Patriots has a chance to go off.
Yeah, all right. That's what I was leading up to. Would you start if he picks up Gabe? Would you plug and play? And I don't know if he needs all of these guys, but you would put Gabe above all of these guys other than Watson.
I would. Yes, I would.
Yeah, I think so too. All right, let's get to the next one. That is Graham McLaurin or McLaren. What defense do you prefer? Commanders, Raiders, Browns? Well,
Browns against Minshew. Give me that all day. Browns.
I mean, sure, Raiders are interesting if you need somebody. Browns are not only good this week, the Browns are actually the best defense in the NFL, objectively speaking. Are they? I don't want to misspeak. Aren't they number one in points allowed?
Yeah, they're like number one. The Browns are like clearly the best defense in the NFL, like by a lot.
They are. Just want to confirm. They're number one, fewest points allowed. The closest is San Francisco with 10 more points allowed. Okay, the San Francisco 49ers have given up 1,668 total yards. Cleveland Browns, 1,002. So there's like a sizable gap between the Browns and the 49ers. Now, a schedule, of course, has something to do with it. But they're playing Indianapolis. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Keith. Welcome back, Keith. QBs to stream this week. Well, there are. Well, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, on Saturday morning, my Sneaky Stars, Hidden Gems, whatever video is coming out, and I talk about two of them. But yeah, I don't think it's a great streaming week. It's better than last week. I mean, Sam Howell, Mayfield if you're in a deeper league, Geno if he's still out there, Carr. There's definitely some good streamers this week.
Yeah. Carr tonight. I mean, last second, but sure, if he's there, I don't know if Stafford is a streamer in your league. It's just hard to say who you might have, right? So,
right.
But there are some leagues where Stafford is not rostered. Stafford, Carr, you have to go deeper. Howell, those are the best options. I want to go back to this, and I know we are a little delayed. Slim Majors saying he's at work, not sure if might have missed it. We did answer the super chat, but let's just do it again to make sure he catches the answer.
Yeah, we said do this. Get Adams, get Watson. I mean, get Cooks, I guess. But yeah, you don't need Lamar. You got Tua, and you got Purdy. Yeah, I would do this. Yes.
Yeah, because you don't need Lamar. I mean, yeah, I would do this. What is interesting, he just said he directs the news, couldn't listen while the news is on. That's interesting. Now he's a
wow.
All right. Sports news? That's what I'm curious now where you're at. All right.
That's
appreciate you listening.
I wonder wow, it's an interesting gig. How do you get into that? I'd like to hear.
Greg Chavez, trade Puka or Nico for Achane.
I mean, I would definitely trade Nico for Achane. I don't know about Puka. I mean, I think it comes down to what you need and like I'm assuming if you're trading for Achane, you're okay not having him for at least 3 games. You say you're wide receiver heavy. I mean, I would certainly prefer to trade Nico for Achane, but I would probably trade Puka for Achane as well if you need a running back.
I would definitely trade Nico for Achane. I mean, if you think you can do this, which, I don't know if this is just speculation, you're thinking, try it. The Achane owner might say no. But wide receiver heavy, yeah, I think you can try it. I'd still like Puka this week, so I think this is the wrong time to sell Puka for a guy who's still going to miss a couple more weeks, though. Like you were saying. Faisal Al-Tahabi. All right, appreciate that. Kirk or Lockett?
Like them both. I think I'm going to give Kirk the slight edge tonight.
Yeah. I mean, Lockett could have a big game any given week, but you don't know what's going to happen. So, slight edge to Kirk. Kittle or Jonnu? I'm sorry. I can't do Jonnu Smith.
Yeah, definitely Kittle. Definitely Kittle.
And then Keith did another one. That's Keith Tapp. All right, so more specific here, I guess. It's the same question. QB 10-man. He picked up Geno, but could get Sam Howell. Going Geno over Howell?
No, I prefer Geno.
Yeah. Unless, actually, no, not even. Even if you're like -3 per sack, you definitely don't want Sam Howell. He's like on pace to take
No,
like 100 sacks this
no.
year. You want to win either one of these guys, actually. You might just go with Desmond Ritter in that case. No. Round Betty. Would you start McLaurin over Watson? No.
No, we did that one.
What about this? Verify Dut? Mayor or Johnny?
Give me Mayor. I'm going Mayor.
Yep. I'm going to go Mayor also. Not buying into Johnny. King Shakur, 21. Sit Ridley if you got Puka Flowers and Addison. Nah.
No, I'm not feeling a big Flowers game. Not really feeling a big Addison game. I'll just risk it with Ridley.
Yeah. And risk it is exactly it. Ridley, I mean, he's been boom bust, right? Huge week 1. He was good the second London game. And then he's had some duds or, game where like he scored a touchdown, but he got 24 yards. I mean, look, he's risky, but Flowers is just really, I think, a really low ceiling this week. So I would just take a chance on Ridley. And then we got Hudefe Mohammed. Hope I said that right. 14-man PPR, 2 receivers, 2 running backs, a flex. Pick the starters. Got buys. Yeah. B-Rob, Warren, Hunt, Puka, Olave, Deontay, Judy, Palmer.
Let's start at running back. I'm going to go B-Rob and Warren. Warren at least catches passes. He's got a decent floor. You got to start 2 of them. So I'm going to go B-Rob and Warren. A wide receiver, Puka and Olave, definitely. And then flex, I guess Palmer.
Yeah. I'm actually right there with you. I'm not starting Hunt, so it's got to be the other 2 guys. Puka for sure, Olave for sure. Down on Deontay, pretending Judy's not there. It's Palmer. All right. Let's see now. Ooh, this is interesting. Not a super chat, but we don't just do the super chats. Chris, Crypto, Swell. Would you do Brees for Mostert?
Give me Brees here, honestly. Again, I even if Achamp's never like the 1A, he was gonna be a very close 1B. Brees Hall getting all the touches. I don't think he's 100% yet, but we know he's got that big play ability. So, and he could get better as the season goes on. I think Brees will be better than Mostert rest of the season. Give me Brees.
Gonna have to agree. The here, the now, the this week, Mostert. You look at the stats. You think it's Mostert. I'm not like completely buying into Brees Hall because I was right there with you. We didn't draft Brees Hall. Like we weren't drafting him. He was a 4th round pick, 4th, 5th round pick. Probably in some leagues he was up to 3rd round by the end of the year. No. But now I think I'm coming around to he's startable pretty much going forward. So I think I would take the Brees Hall side. All right, Zachary Martinez, full PPR, pick 3 between DJ Moore, Christian Kirk, Puka, Cooper, and Madison. Needs 2 receivers in the flex. I think we can definitely scratch Madison off.
Yeah, it's Kirk, Puka, and Amari Cooper for me. I like all these guys this week a lot. So I'm going Kirk, Puka, and Amari Cooper.
Yeah, easily those 3. I'm not risking it with DJ Moore, but when we look at Puka, I love Puka. Cooper, we love Cooper. Kirk is just solid. So definitely no need to take the risk there. Mello, standard. 2 running back, 2 receivers in the flex. Got Swift, Kamara, Jones, Tyreek, Kupp, and Ayuk. Okay, well, I think part of this is going to be very easy.
Yeah. Well, here's what's not easy. Well,
it is standard, but still. I mean, I'm not going to bench Ayuk for like Kamara or
no, but here's what's tough. Here's what's tough. You need 2 running backs. Kamara plays tonight. Aaron Jones still kind of up in the air. Still kind of up in the air. I would prefer to play Aaron Jones over Kamara. He gets the Broncos.
Yeah.
But he's up in the air. So I think you got to just play Kamara tonight and not risk Aaron Jones potentially not playing. You got to play Swift. And then I think I'm going Tyreek, Kupp. And look, if Aaron Jones, this is what I would do. Swift and Kamara, Tyreek and Kupp. And then if Aaron Jones plays, I'm playing him over Ayuk in standard. It's the Broncos, especially in standard. I can't sit Aaron Jones against the Broncos in standard scoring. And then if he doesn't play, you play Ayuk. That's what I would do.
Yeah, that's a good point because I'm automatically like Tyreek Cup. I mean, look, I don't care what format it is. You have to start Tyreek and Cup every week, no matter what, forever.
Yeah.
I love Ayuk this week, but that is a good point with Kamara playing in like a half hour. You're going to have to make a decision. But I wonder then, like, who do you have on your bench? Because if you have A.J. Dillon, you could wait it out.
True.
So that's the part I kind of don't really know. I don't want to have to start Kamara this week in a standard league. So if I would say this, if you have a decent bench option, keep Aaron Jones in there, and then you can swap him out if you need to. But it depends. All right, Bobby Brook. Speaking of the Packers, Rashad White and Pickens for T. Higgins. No Packers here. He's a Packers fan.
Give me T. Higgins. Give me T. Higgins for sure here.
Rashad White has just become a guy like,
he's
there.
Yep.
I thought he would be better.
They just can't. It doesn't matter which running back it is. They just can't run the football. They just can't.
Well, that definitely seems to be the case the last couple of years in Tampa Bay. Huh?
Yeah. Even Sean Tucker, who a lot of people were excited about, the chances he's been horrendous. Keyshawn Vaughn got some chances last week. He was awful. They just can't run the ball. They just cannot run the football.
Yeah. All right, Sir Boomer. Would you start London over Devontae Smith? Worry about the hammy.
No, I'm not feeling a big London week this week. They're on the road. Yeah. In this case. I'll just go with Smith.
Yeah, I don't get the feeling he's not playing. The thing is, if he's good to go, that game could be a shootout. Not giving up on Devontae Smith. It was a guy I feel better about, but yeah, don't worry about him just yet. All right, now here's a question. Biggity Brown, Superflex, Daniel Jones, Tyrod Taylor, or Kenny Pickett.
I'll just go Kenny Pickett. I mean, I don't love it, of course, but Daniel Jones or Tyrod Taylor, no thank you. At least Pickett can throw one touchdown. Give me Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, just go Pickett. And then you don't have to worry or have to confess that you ever played a Giants quarterback in your lineup. But did you die? We had this again. T-Law or Hal?
I'm still going T-Law tonight. He's just safer. He should be fine. Hal could have a nice game, but he could also crush you. So just give me T-Law.
Yeah, just go T-Law. Again, don't feel like Hal might have to throw the ball that much. You know what I mean? Get that volume.
Yeah.
Chris, all in. Giants or Jags for defense? Jags are playing tonight. Giants play Sam Howell.
I might go Giants. Sam Howell will turn it over. He'll take sacks. He'll take a lot of sacks. He's on pace for like 96 sacks or something like that. Like, what is the record? That's got to be like double the record or something. I'll go Giants.
Yeah, I don't know. Whoever has the record, it probably was a Texans quarterback at some point. It was like, yeah, I would go Giants. I would go Giants too.
Okay, I just looked. The record is David Carr, not Derek Carr, his brother, 76 sacks as a rookie. Sam Howell's on pace for 96.
I figured it was Carr. All right, Ahmad, Ridley or Lockett?
Here I'll go Lockett. I like Lockett's matchup. I like his upside. I'm not feeling a huge Ridley game. I mean, he always could. Both these guys kind of risky. Risk reward, boom bust kind of guys, but Lockett's in the better matchup. I'll go Lockett.
Yeah. In this case, you can go with the ceiling of Lockett. They're both boom bust, right? Both boom bust guys, and you never really know. Go with the better matchup here in Lockett. You know, the news never ends, but that's not stopping Slim from kicking it with us still. Good question. Are you worried about Devontae Adams because of the backup situation here?
Well, maybe, because I did just see a report I mean, Jimmy G's out, but I did see a report. They haven't said if it's going to be Aiden O'Connell or Brian Hoyer yet. If it's Aiden O'Connell, I'll probably be worried about Devontae Adams. If it's Brian Hoyer, I'm still okay with it.
Yeah, I did see that, and that did not please me because why? I mean, I get why. Like, okay, we want to see what we have. Maybe it's not a big difference. We did see what Aiden O'Connell did his first game. It wasn't good.
Right.
Maybe he's got a future, but isn't this team still technically trying to win and make the playoffs? Hopefully, even though they won't. I think they would go Hoyer, but worried, but not worried enough to bench Devontae. And then aftershock value, JT or Aaron Jones? I mean,
look, if Aaron Jones plays, I think I got to go Aaron Jones. And I do like JT this week, but man, it's the Broncos. If he plays, I think I'm going Aaron Jones.
Right now, I'm just keeping JT in there. Like, I would have to know Aaron Jones is a full go.
Yeah.
And then I could do that. But I do like JT this week. I think he's going to be good. So appreciate you. Juan, sweet. Pick 2, Flowers, Rice, Ridley, Pittman, or Osborne.
I mean, definitely Ridley out of these guys. I don't think I could put Rice in over Flowers. I'm going Ridley and Flowers.
Osborne is not a contender here. Pittman, I've kept saying over and over again, I'm worried I'm out. And I don't love Flowers this week. I'm gonna go Rice and Ridley. Again, not because I expect a huge Rashee Rice week, not getting carried away. It's just I'm worried about those other two busting. All right. What about the recovery 716? Ridley or Samuel?
Yeah, again, like I like Ridley, but this is too deep. This is too deep. I like Samuel, but this is too deep. Just give me Ridley. I can't bench Ridley for a guy like Curtis Samuel. Look, for as good as Curtis Samuel has been recently, he hasn't been that good. Not like he's putting up huge games. He's just been good by Curtis Samuel standards. So give me Ridley.
Yeah. I mean, the good thing with Samuel, unlike Ridley, is he's been consistent. And I don't know if anybody even is aware of this. Curtis Samuel is a top 24 PPR receiver on the season in fantasy. But that's because he gets a steady amount of points pretty much every week, and he scored a couple of touchdowns, which is fine. But then Ridley's a guy who's either boom, bust, boom, bust. I would chase the boom too. So even though I do like Samuel, like you said, I would still go Ridley. So, all right. Let's see. Sir Boomer with another. Got his squad there. Start, sit. He's got Bijan. He's got Zach Evans in the starting lineup. Well, you can't start Pierce. You can't start Sanders. You have to start Zach Evans because the only other option is Keontae Ingram.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to go Zach Evans, Adams, Puka, Pitts, Smith.
Really, no. I like.
Yeah, you got to leave it how you have it. You don't really have any other choices.
Yeah, I'm not putting London or Sutton over Smith or.
No.
Nope. Okay, I think I can buy into this. What do you think? We're not against side bets in any way whatsoever. Aftershock. If Julio gets a touchdown, free sub.
Sure. I'll be honest. I don't know if I can give you a free sub. I don't even know if that's an option, but sure. I'll do my best. I'll do my best.
Okay, but this week, we're not talking about like for the rest of his career. This week, Julio Jones.
I mean, is he going to score? I mean, sure, this week, but I would almost take that bet for this season that he doesn't score a touchdown, honestly.
All right. I'll take that bet. We'll do it. All right, Aftershock. Well, you have to come back then you have to come back on the Monday show. Yeah.
Again, I don't know if I can get you a free sub. I don't know how it works.
Yeah. Free sub easy. We'll ship it to you. A Philly cheesesteak, maybe a meatball sub.
Right. Exactly.
Hope it gets there still warm. All right.
I was going to say I'll order you DoorDash, but man, that's like way more expensive.
Yeah. That might not be worth it.
Yeah.
All right, Chief Perp got Etienne, Walker, Flex, Jacobs, and Swift on the bench. Jones, Barkley. Yeah, this is the team. Remember, he's got like every top 10 running back.
But here's the thing. Okay, you
Well,
say you want to sit Etienne for Aaron Jones. Okay, that's fine. But what if Aaron Jones doesn't play?
why is
But I guess
Barkley on your bench? Why is Barkley on the bench? I think we
yeah.
put
Well,
Barkley over
I guess it
Swift.
doesn't matter. You got Barkley on your bench too. No, I can't bench Etienne right now. I just can't do it. I can't bench Walker. I can't bench Jacobs. I can't bench Swift. I can't bench Barkley. I mean, yeah, you're gonna have to bench some of these guys, I guess. Yeah. I mean, look, if your gut's telling you not to play Etienne, don't play Etienne because you have fantastic other options. Like, don't
Yeah.
let me talk you out of talk you into Etienne. You have other fantastic options. If you're like, I'm not feeling Etienne this week, then fine, don't play him. It's not like your other options are terrible.
And I mean, I don't feel a smash week from Etienne. But again, how do you bench a guy who's getting all the touches, who has the big play in his pocket in any given time, has
Right.
that touchdown upside? You know, the
No, I mean,
Saints are what's that?
I was gonna say I can't not bench him, but he does have great options. So
Here's an interesting thing. I knew the Saints were good against the run. Although let me make sure this is PPR because I'm assuming you're in a PPR league. In PPR scoring, Saints are the number 2 defense as far as limiting running backs. They have not given up a touchdown to a running back this year. So, look, I would say I want Barkley in there. If you're not feeling Etienne, okay, well, I guess I have to start Saquon Barkley. Okay, put Barkley in there and keep him on your bench. And if you're feeling Aaron Jones is going to play, I would just swap him out for Swift. Crystal VB. We need a running back, a receiver, a flex. Ayuk, Pickens, Flowers. I can just say I'm definitely going Ayuk out of that group.
yeah, definitely Ayuk.
Gibbs, Pacheco, Mostert.
Definitely Mostert.
You gotta start Mostert. And then already got St. Brown and CMC. Okay, so if CMC doesn't play,
Well,
you put in
also needs a
Pacheco.
flex. I would flex Pacheco. But here's what I would really do. I mean, because CMC, again, he plays Monday. I feel like every week this year there's been like a really good player questionable on Monday. Like every single week this year, it feels like. It's like, why? I would put Pacheco in at RB, CMC to flex. And then if it's Sunday and it sounds like CMC's really doubtful, maybe you can pivot to Flowers or Pickens at flex.
And you might, I don't know how deep your league is. Maybe you could scoop up Mason off waivers if he's still there. Maybe not. Don't know. Yeah, I think in this case, I mean, I'm really going to put Gibbs in there and say, okay, well, I feel good enough with him. I might just wait for CMC. So, yeah, I'm definitely starting you. Definitely Mostert. You could probably flex Pacheco. And then if you have to switch out, just make a last minute swap here. Alex Ayala, 5-1. Would you
Nice.
give Godwin, T, and Warren for JJ and Devontae?
I would. You're 5-1.
Yeah.
You can wait for JJ. Yes, I would. And you're getting Devonta Smith back too, who I think him and T are still very close for me. Yeah, definitely do this. Definitely do this.
Yeah, I think this is the win straight up anyways. And you're 5-1. You're the type of team. Look, JJ, a couple more weeks. You don't have T. Higgins this week anyways. You didn't have T. Higgins last week anyways. It's not a big
Right.
difference. So, yeah, definitely do this. Ooh, man. DK or Pittman?
Definitely DK this week. Although I did just see he did not practice again today with a hip injury, but I think he did this last week too, and then he played. So DK.
Yeah, I
DK.
remember last week he actually left during one stretch because of the hip, and then he came back like 2 minutes later. So
Yeah.
they're just being careful. I'm starting DK. Honestly, if he doesn't play 10-man, you probably got somebody you can put in there that might be better than Pittman anyways. Chief Perp. 2 receivers, Puka Watson, Ridley. on bench? I mean, Puka and Watson. Don't you
Yeah.
think?
In this case, I'll bench Ridley. Yes.
Yeah. All right. And then Mr. J School 30. What is up? Got Amon-Ra, Olave, Puka, and Waddle. All right. Who are you putting for one and then two and flex? Okay. So rank order.
I think Olave is the one I'm benching.
It's tough.
It's tough. It's close for him and Waddle, but Waddle, that should be a shootout against the Eagles. It should be a super high scoring game. Very close between him and Waddle, but I think I'm just going to go for the slightly more upside of Waddle. But man, don't hate me if Olave goes off tonight because he could definitely go off tonight. But I just think Waddle a little higher.
I would put Amon-Ra 1.
Yeah.
This week, I'll go Puka 2. And yeah, I know. It's hard. Olave, Waddle. Maybe just because it's Thursday, I'll bench Olave. Go Waddle. Go Waddle. There you go. And then Goff or Stafford.
I'm going Stafford. Goff on the road against Baltimore. I'm not feeling a big Goff game. I'll go Stafford here.
I'll go Stafford too. Sammy, would you flex Johnson or Curtis Samuel?
I might go Curtis Samuel. I like his spot this week. He's been okay. Deontay coming back from the hamstring. Don't risk it. Just go Samuel. I think he'll come through.
Yeah, coming back. Like I said, not a great matchup against the Rams. Doubt highly that they've figured something magical out over the bye that the offense is all of a sudden going to look explosive. So I'm just going to go Curtis Samuel. He's solid. Ramu. What's up, Ramu? Offered Swift and T. Give Ramondre and Ayuk.
Yeah, I do this. I don't need to see the rest of your roster, Ramu, because you're going running back, wide receiver. So it's like I greatly prefer Swift over Ramondre. Like not even close. Ayuk T close for me. Maybe you could talk me into Ayuk. That's fine, but it's not a huge difference. Yeah. Take Swift and T. Higgins.
Yeah, I'm going Swift. If you were offered Swift and T, you're giving up Ramondre Ayuk. Yeah, Ayuk's been good, but I'll still take T rest of the season, and then definitely Swift. So there you go. Do it. No, you don't need to counter. Also add Meyer or Musgrave or start Goddard. Which tight end do you like?
Start Goddard. No, just start Goddard's a guy I'm just leaving in my lineup. Yeah, start Goddard.
Yeah, this week you can go Goddard. And then J Hacks, 10 team. Ridley. A lot of Ridley questions. I know it's Thursday night. Ridley, yeah. Cooper, Flowers.
Cooper. Love Cooper this week against the Colts with Deshaun probably back. Even PJ Walker, I don't care. He went over 100 yards last week with PJ Walker against the 49ers. Give me Cooper this week.
I'm going Cooper too. No need to risk it with Ridley. So Cooper should be good. And then we got Colton Boyd, Lockett or Watson?
Watson. Both boom bust guys, both in good spots, but I like Watson's spot better this week. I'm going Watson.
Feeling a big Watson game. If you check out the booms, you'll know why. So definitely go Watson. All right, just so you know, guys, we got, 20 minutes till the game starts? Is that right? About 15, 20?
Yeah, 15, 20, something like that, yeah.
Something like that. So if you dropped a super chat, we're catching up. We're getting there. Actually, we're pretty close. So if you do have last minute start to say questions, especially for tonight, maybe involving Calvin Ridley, definitely put them in there. We're going to get to some regular comments too. We don't only answer super chats, but remember the super chat is your guarantee that your question goes up. Christopher Laborde knows about that. He's always with us. What is up, Chris? Doing well. It's football night.
Yes.
Purdy or Lawrence?
Ooh.
Purdy gets the Vikings.
I know. I might go Purdy this week. Just not risk it with Lawrence. Although, Purdy was bad last week. That was the Browns. Hopefully he'll have Debo back. It's the Vikings. It's such a good matchup. I think I'm going to go Purdy.
I mean, the risk here is we don't know who's playing, who isn't. You know, if Debo is out, I'd be like, yeah, that kind of hurts him. If CMC's out, I mean, maybe they have to pass the ball more. Who knows? But it's the Vikings. I mean, this week, I think this is a bounce back week. I think it's a bounce back. You know, you got to feel like last week, it wasn't just the Cleveland defense, which is really good. But you know, it was a letdown for them, right? Coming off that huge win against Dallas, and they were all hyped up. And then they had to go to Cleveland, and they got, you know, punched in the mouth, and they just couldn't bounce back. So I think they bounced back from that. So I'm going to go with Purdy. Now, here's the real question. Jeff Miller wants to know, Evans or Gaskin?
Evans.
It's Evans.
Not Gaskin.
Not Gaskin.
Not Gaskin.
All right. Let's see. What about, we're almost there. All right. Christopher Laborde with another one. He's got the number 2 waiver, and it runs tomorrow. Would you pick up Javonte Williams or Foreman? And then KJ Osborne or Jerry Jeudy?
I mean, if I'm going to pick one of these guys up, it's going to be Javonte Williams. Not for this week, just for the potential. Maybe he gets healthy enough as the season goes on. Like Foreman, okay, I mean, sure. Maybe this week Foreman is startable again, but then what? Khalil Herbert's coming back. Rashawn, I mean, we think is coming back. Osborne, Jerry Jeudy, like they're talking about him getting traded to the Colts. Are we really going to go? Are people really going to buy into Jerry Jeudy again if he gets traded to the Colts with Gardner Minshew? Like, are people going to lose? Like, oh, this is it. Jerry Jeudy's finally going to break out. This is it. Like, that's terrible. Just give me Javonte Williams. At least maybe as the season goes on, he gets healthy enough.
I'm just going to say this. If you need one of these guys to start as your RB2 for this week, I would just probably go Foreman if he's going to get all the touches. If I don't need to start one of these guys this week because I'm desperate, I'm saving the number 2 waiver claim.
Well, yeah, that's probably that's actually probably what I would do.
And then Osborne or Jeudy, I just go Osborne. I mean, sorry. No Jeudy for me. Brian. What's up, Brian? Always way too kind. 12 team, half PPR, 2 receivers, 2 flex. Is this team good enough? Bet it is. Kyler or whoever you're streaming. All right. Got you there. Jacobs, JT, B-Rob, random bench. DJ Moore, Higgins, Waddle, Rice.
Yeah, I think on paper it would help if Justin Fields was still playing and Higgins wasn't on a bye this week. But I think if you can get through this week, get to 3 and 4, or even 2 and 5, you can come back from 2 and 5, especially with the set. I've come back from that. I was 1 and 5 and came back, so you can come back from 2 and 5. Because of course then I became 2 and 5. But anyways, hopefully DJ Moore isn't complete toast. And look, I just saw a report from Rappaport that Fields is not expected to have surgery, so we should see Fields some point this year again. You'll have Higgins back next week. You got JT. You're about to have full JT here pretty soon. You got Jacobs. I think this team can come back, yes.
Yeah, I mean, not having a wide receiver 1, that's kind of the issue here. Like a clear-cut number 1 guy. You got Higgins and Waddle, and if they have a legit quarterback, solid wide receiver 2s. So it's good enough, and you got Hawkinson, you got Jacobs and JT. I mean, yeah, it's definitely good enough to come back. Just got to hope DJ Moore is startable each and every week. That's the main thing. Steven C. Carr or Wilson?
Is that Russell Wilson? Give me Carr.
Yeah, if it's Russell Wilson, no. I'll go Carr. I like Carr anyways tonight. And then DJ Moore, Jeudy, or Shaheed? This is a legit question.
Yeah, but when these are your options, I'm just going with DJ Moore. I mean, any of these guys can give you 0. What is Judy's ceiling? Sure, Shaheed could have a big game, but he could do nothing. I'll just go DJ Moore here. I'm going DJ Moore. I can't be this low on DJ Moore.
The answer is still not Jerry Jeudy.
Right.
Are you rolling the dice? Rashisha, he does like he did last week. It's a long catch or two. Or DJ Moore does something. I mean,
I'm
look, I
going with DJ
wouldn't.
Moore doing something personally.
I'm not against starting Shaheed, but I agree. I think this is too low. I think I'll still take DJ Moore in this case. All right, let's see. We're on Python. What is up,
What's up?
Python? Always with wise words.
Yes.
Pitts or Goddard?
Ooh, this is actually close for me. But look, the Falcons are on the road this week. They don't play as well on the road. The Eagles-Philly game should be a shootout. I'm going to go Goddard.
Go Goddard too. Pitts always risky. Look, you got to be encouraged by the last 2 weeks, but you also can't fall into the trap of assuming that he's going to be good this week. It's
Right.
an okay matchup. It's okay. Goddard, I'll take a chance on. C. Crip needs a wide receiver and a flex. Ridley, Stevenson, Myers, or Evans?
Here I will definitely go Ridley. And then I'm going to assume that's Mike Evans since these are all wide. Oh, no, you do have Stevenson in there. So it depends on if that's Mike Evans or Zach Evans. If it's Zach Evans, I'm going Stevenson at the flex. Look, I'm already worried about Jacoby Myers if it's Brian Hoyer. If they start Aiden O'Connell, you cannot start Jacoby Myers. We saw last time Aiden O'Connell started. You could not start Jacoby Myers. So right. if it's Mike Evans, I'm going Ridley and Mike Evans. If it's Zach Evans, I'm going Ridley and Stevenson.
There you go. I'll agree with that. I mean, I would like to assume it's Mike Evans, but you never know these days. You never know.
Right,
Can't assume anything. Speaking of Mike Evans and Calvin Ridley, Paul Garza's got a trade. Would you trade Ridley for Higgins or Evans?
I would do it for Higgins. I think Evans is pretty fair. Like, it's pretty lateral for me. I feel like Higgins will be an upgrade rest of the season. Evans, I feel like they're kind of going to be the same guy. They're going to be very volatile. They're going to have good games. They're going to have bad games. So if you can get Higgins, I would do it. Evans, whatever.
Yeah. I'm still going to keep some faith into Higgins long term. I mean, no reason not to. So I would do it. I would do it to get Higgins. Ali, 88, Kirk or Pacheco?
Kirk. Assuming PPR. If it's standard, maybe I go Pacheco. But in any PPR format, give me Kirk.
Yeah, go Kirk too. Brian wants to know if Judy's worth a waiver stash. I'm going to go with no.
Yeah, I'm going to go with no.
Speaking of Javonte, him or Jaleel?
I like Jaleel more because Jaleel, his knees are healthy. Look, Javonte looked okay against the Chiefs, but he doesn't have that explosive. I mean, Javonte's never been an explosive guy, right? Javonte's never been that guy that you count on for those, explosive runs. But Jaleel's looked pretty good. And like I said, he led the team in snaps last week. And it was a close game. So I'm going to go Jaleel.
I'm going to go Jaleel too. Getting touchdowns, getting receptions, just looks better. Matts, do you think this is the best time to trade away DJ Moore? Well, no. The best time to trade him away was after that 3-touchdown game.
Yeah. But look, yeah, probably because, I mean, if you could still trade him away, you probably should but look, it does sound like Fields is coming back. So don't trade him away for nothing just to get rid of him because it sounds like Fields isn't going to have surgery, which means he could be back. So, yeah, if you can sell high on him, do it, but don't sell low on DJ Moore right now.
Well, I think if anything, I mean, if we know Fields is coming back and right now they got the rookie starting after last week, I think this might be the worst time to trade DJ Moore. Yes. Now, maybe some people are still in on him or whatever, but yeah, it's definitely not the best time. What do you think about this? Wilford Kennedy traded DJ Moore for Pittman. You okay with that?
I think I'd rather hold DJ Moore. I'm not liking Pittman now either. I mean, look.
Well, yeah, he's got a backup quarterback for sure the rest of the season.
Yeah, and look, you can say, well, he was great last week with Gardner Minshew. Yeah, because they threw it 50 times because Gardner Minshew kept turning the ball over. Like, just not a huge ceiling anymore for Pittman. I think he'll be fine. Like, I think Pittman will be okay, but I'd rather just gamble on DJ Moore and hope Fields comes back.
Yeah, agree. I'm going to agree. I mean, Pittman's going to be okay the rest of the season. Not saying he's going to be bad or anything, but
Right.
I think right now I just hold DJ Moore and see what happens. All right. 5 minutes left, pretty much. Let's go ahead and do our last few questions. You got anything you absolutely want to be sure that you get answered? We'll do it if the super chat pops up. If not, we'll just do as many as we can. Paper is back. Ridley, London, Kirk got 2 Jaguars going. You go with both Jags?
I do. I was telling Pierre before we got on the stream, I have Ridley and Kirk in like 3 of the end game leagues this year, I think. Yeah, I'll go with both the Jags. I'm just not feeling a big Drake London game this week.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's fine to go with both. Not feeling they're both going to have huge games, but I think it's fine. Don't love Drake London. John Carbios, Carr or Stafford?
I'm going Stafford. I think he's a bit safer, and I like his upside this week.
Yep, I like Carr, but I think I would go Stafford as well. F Martinez 413 Watson or Robinson? If it's
Watson, give me
Brian
Watson.
Robinson, it's definitely Watson.
Yeah, I assume that's Brian Robinson.
I assume so too. Yeah. Let's see. And any other Jaguar questions or Saints questions? Okay. How about Ryan Foster in non PPR, Lockett or Kirk?
I think I still go Kirk. I think it's close. I think it's close in non PPR, but these are both kind of similar guys to me. Kirk's been scoring touchdowns. I think I still go Kirk.
Very close. Very similar type of players, everything.
Yes.
I mean, like Lockett's got the better matchup, though. That's the thing. I might go Lockett. Just the tiebreaker being the defense that he's facing, and also, even though Lawrence is playing, just maybe he's not 100%. Just a way for me to convince myself it's the right answer. And Big Luscious asking, what other running backs are in Joe Mixon's tier?
Rashad White, Alexander Madison. That's that. The guys like, okay, they get the volume. They're not very good. They could score. Those guys.
Yeah, pretty much. Guys that are kind of uninspiring, but they're getting all the touches, so you feel like you should start them, even though they always disappoint you.
Exactly.
Jedi Koff, Ford, Taylor, Gibbs, London. Pick one running back, one flex.
Well, I'm going to go JT, and I think here I'm still going to go London. It's PPR. I'll give him the slight edge over Ford. I do like Ford this week. I think Ford could have a nice game, but it's PPR. So I'm going to go JT at running back, London at flex.
Yeah, JT for sure, running back. It's tough. I kind of want to say Ford at flex. London is, I don't know. London is very iffy for me this week. It's on the road at Bucks. It is PPR. I don't know, man. It's close between Ford and London. Ford is more of the floor play for me.
Yeah, and like I like Ford this week. I'm not off Ford at all. So
yeah, it's between those two.
Go for it.
All right, we did get a last second super chat from Randall Cobblers, and it's an interesting one. Should I trade Tyreek, Tyler Lockett, and Alexander Madison for Amon-Ra, Devontae Smith, Jacoby Myers, and Jonathan Taylor?
Look, I don't want to trade Tyreek Hill, but I think in this case you almost have to. I mean, Amon-Ra, top 10 wide receiver. Devonta Smith should bounce back. When Jimmy G comes back, Jacoby will be good. And look, you're getting JT as well.
Yeah.
I think you kind of have to do this.
In 2 and 4, I mean, you need the help. I mean, I would do it because look, the good thing is here you're giving up Tyreek Hill, like number 1 player right now in fantasy, but you're getting a legit number 1 receiver, legit in Amon-Ra. So that helps to offset it. And then you're getting a legit number 2, high-end number 2 receiver. I like him better than Lockett. So I think you got to do this. 2 and 4, I'm assuming you could use the help at running back.
Right.
Jay Swole, Pittman or London?
I'm going to go London this week and not feeling a big Pittman game at all against the Browns. I mean, I don't love London either, but still go. I like him a little bit more than Pittman.
Yeah. Not feeling Pittman. Not loving London, but I'll go London over Pittman here. And the last question will go to, oh, I know what to put. Hold on. Well, actually, let's do this real quick. I don't remember if we answered this. I know we didn't answer this. Stellar traded Pollard, Olave, and Hopkins for Hall, Waddle, and Robinson on another blockbuster. Which side do you like?
Ooh. I still got to give Pollard the edge over Hall. Olave and Waddle are like pretty much a swap for me. But I definitely would prefer Brian Robinson over Hopkins. So I'm going to say it's very fair. I'm going to say very fair.
I think at this point, we got to say you're going to like Robinson better than Hopkins.
Oh,
because
definitely.
With probably Will Levis starting at quarterback and Titans just looking bad. I mean, if this helps you at running back, I think it's okay. It's close. It's fair, like you said.
Yeah.
But if this helps you because you're starting Robinson now and you didn't have a solid one, yeah, I think it's fine. All right. Here we go. I was saving this for the end. Rick Hunt. Because he knows we're men of experience. Ben Coates or Jeremy Shockey? Going way back.
Oh man. Probably Jeremy Shockey.
Nice. Good call. Ben Coates was a stud. You remember the Drew Bledsoe Ben Coates connection? He was definitely a must draft tight end. But as you know, from Miami, tight end Jeremy Shockey is the guy. Jeremy Shockey, one of the best rookie tight end seasons ever.
True.
All right. There it is. Game starting. Appreciate you guys. Hopefully we helped. We said Calvin Ridley. Hope he goes off. If we said no to Calvin Ridley, hopefully he doesn't.
I know, like 50% of the questions were Calvin Ridley tonight.
Do both at the same time. Paper, go with Zach Evans, not Darrell Henderson. All right.
Yeah.
That's it, guys. So the good news is we'll be back Saturday, the big show, to be followed Sunday morning by the next big show. We're here pretty much every day for you. So check out the videos if you haven't to start sit, but also Boom's coming out, and then got something special this week for Saturday, right? Saturday's coming out.
Might be Friday. I think it's going to come out tomorrow.
Either way, we always got some for you every day. So good luck, everybody, and hopefully we'll see you this weekend.